I
Okay,
record
okay.
your
All right.
presentation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder.
Mm.
Ready? Yeah. One finger. Okay. Now this is too much. I will never settle with this. Ready? Go.
This
This
is
is too much. I will never settle with it.
settle with
Too
it.
much. I'll never settle with this.
All right. Okay. Now, Kalai, you need to slightly open your both arms. Okay. Don't stick it together like that. Yeah. So when you do this, your hand movement is slightly more flexible. All right. So this is too much. So when you do these presentations, all right, it doesn't matter when you're telling a story or you're handle a challenging participant in the class. All right. But this is too much. I will never settle for this. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. This is too much.
I will never settle with it.
This is too much. I'll never settle with this.
All right. Okay. Now, ready? This is short. As such, learn to emphasize. All right. Emphasize on never settle. Never settle. The way of emphasize. Yeah.
And when we do this, our gesture, our face, expression, you expect it to move as well, right? Not only the palms, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Expressions. How your expressions is the expressions. It will move accordingly when you really put yourself into that conditions. Okay. Your face definitely cannot smile, when you're doing this part because you're disagreeing with something. Okay, so naturally you're either very serious or very upset, or if you're really angry with it, the face will just show. All right. So the best way of the facial expressions is not taking care of your face, but taking care of your feeling. Get your feeling involved in the situations, especially when you tell a story, the face will just naturally appear accordingly. All right. Okay, one more time. Okay, this one slightly louder. Okay, louder is just double the earlier volume. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. This is too much. I will never settle with this. All right. Now I want you to learn this. Instead of you just put I will never settle with this, moving your fist and the palm. All right. I want you to slightly move your shoulder. Okay. I will move your not just move your arm and pound that fist on the palm. However, move your shoulder. I will never settle with this. You will have more upper body movement instead of just the fingers and the elbow. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This is too much. I will never settle with this. Right? Okay. If you really do this, literally you are already sweating now.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. The next is interesting. Okay, so the next is, you're so proud of yourself, you're happy, all right? So you're gonna both arm pointing upwards, okay, pointing upwards. Yesterday we talked about, open gesture and a closed gesture. Normally, open gestures is a more positive, more welcome, more flexible, more open kind of the approach. So here will be the same. You're gonna point upwards and high. Yes, I have made it. Now, it's not going to be the same by just saying, yes, I have made it. If you're able to emphasize every single word, I have made it. Slowly emphasize. Learn that emphasize. When you learn to emphasize, it either slowly or you either raise your volume on that or you change your tone. Okay. So there were a few ways of emphasizing it. You either slow down or you raise your voice. Okay. Slow down means that I have made it. You slow down. Emphasize. Yeah. Raise your volume will be I have made it. Just up your volume. Okay. Then changing your tone will be what? I have made it. That is changing your tone by up your pitch.
What's so drama? Very dramatic.
These few ways are all verbal, but changing the voice either on tone, on the volume, either on your rate, your speed. All this is about emphasize. But how do you like to do it? It again is your style. If your voice, when you raise, it sounds like very quick, like a chicken like that, don't raise. So it will break that momentum. So you will just have to emphasize by saying, I have made. You don't have to loud.
Yes.
But if you're able to do slowly and loud, that's going to be awesome. Okay, so we try slow first. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
I have made it.
Right?
Yes, I have made it.
Now, Derek, one more time. Derek, slowly and go.
Yes, I have made it.
Okay. Rajesh, one more time.
Yes, I have made it.
All right. This time, Rajesh, try yang slow punya. Slow punya.
Yes, I have made it.
Okay. Rajesh, just emphasize every single word. Yes, I have made it.
Yes.
Yes, I have made it.
Right. Now, people who so used to speak fast, not easy to slow down. Okay.
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 I try one more.
She swallowed the half.
Yes, I have made it.
Right. Now, trust me, if you generally speak fast, by speaking slow itself is an emphasis.
Yep.
If you always speak slow and suddenly you speak fast, it is an emphasis. But if it's too fast, people don't catch it, no point, So for people who speak fast, like for example, Rajesh, if you speak fast for this particular partner, if your agency have done something well, you say, yes, we have made it. So they will really feel you. You need that contrast in your whole presentations to get the emphasis. All right. Okay, one more time to everybody. This time, again, it's a slow one. Yes, I have made it. And what do you in your mind? Your mind means is that you have already reached your desired stage. Ready? Okay, slow. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes.
Yes,
I
I have
have made it.
All right. Now, second time, we're going to do the same, but we raise the voice. Okay. The speed is up to you. You can say, yes, I have made it. Loud. Or you can say, yes, I have made it. Slow or fast doesn't matter. Natural. But I want you to up the volume. Up the volume. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes. I have made it.
Right. Now the third one is changing your pitch. Pitch is just like when you're singing, you sing opera, your pitch was actually low. Oh, I have make it low. And then your pitch is high, it means that yes, I have make it. Pitch up. All right. So this time, not just the volume, your volume goes natural, but I want you to raise your pitch. Okay. Raise your pitch will be like, yes, yes, yes. You got it?
Yes.
All right. So now we got our pitch up high. Okay. So boys, Desmond and Derek, yeah, it's okay to have that duckling voice, all right?
This will be a bit squeaky.
I'll try.
Yeah, it's
I will
okay.
try.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, I have made it.
Make it.
All right. Rina, you want to try?
Yes, I have made it.
Right? Okay. It's very natural, Sometimes you are actually doing it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, yes, I have make it. Right? So these are all expressing, but high pitch. Right? Okay. So one more time, high pitch. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yes, I have made it.
Right? Now, third time, the fourth one is pitch but low.
Oh.
Okay, low is like, yes, I have made it. Low pitch.
Okay.
All right. Low pitch. It's just that when you sing opera, normally low pitch, you actually press slightly your throat. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, I have made it.
Okay. Okay. Can I have Kalai to show this?
Yes, I have made it.
Ini ya macam telling story to young children. Okay. Kalai, you have turned your voice. If kalau in biasa Chinese, we say that you are using your fake voice, the second voice. You know, second voice it says that, yes, I have made it. Kalai, you look awesome today. How are you doing today, Kalai? This is a fake voice. Okay, we have that as well. Okay, but if you are telling there is a part where you need it, like you tell a story, you know, the dad ask the daughter, how are you doing? And the daughter said, Dad, I'm so happy today. So you can use that voice. But here is an emphasis on something you're proud and happy. So it's not using that voice. It's just your normal voice, but your pitch is go higher.
Higher.
Yeah, it's just like, yes, I have made it. Raise the pitch goes higher. All right. Okay, try one more time. High
Yes,
pitch.
I have made it.
Right. So this is more natural. Okay. When this is natural, it comes with feeling. But the voice just now, sometimes you may need it. You may need it. Depend on how do you want to present it. But it's just about the combination, the varieties that make a power presentation. Okay, so the next things we're gonna do this. Remember, we did this, right? Okay, this one has its own gesture as well, right? I just show you the gesture, but the gesture is quite. It's not loose, It's not loose. It's like firm, solid stroke, right? Now, so it's gonna be like this. Now, I am the voice. When you put that finger of pointing, I am the voice. The finger not closing. Open wide your finger and says, now I am the voice. I lead, not follow. I believe, not doubt. I create, not destroy. Then you put this one and say, I am the force for good. I am a leader. Then define the odds. Set a new standard. The step up will be 3 times. Step up, and step up. Right? So I'll show you. So basically, the stroke, the hand gestures is very simple. It's just a few of them. Now I am the voice. I lead, not follow. I create, not doubt. I believe, not doubt. I create, not destroy. I am the force for good. I am a leader. Then define the odds. Set a new standard. Step up, and step up. This is exactly what the whole Tony Robbins and his program are doing, the same gesture. Nothing different. Okay, right? Ready? Let's do it. If those who are new yesterday, I'll just demo one time. For this part to do well, it's always putting yourself as the leader to yourself. That you lead by the best version of you. You are hearing the best versions of you, that voice. Yeah, because we have 2 voices inside you. For you to make the decisions, you listen to the best versions of you who make that decision. That is a voice that leading you. All right. So this is what you're going to do. Normally you inhale in the morning and you will do this. Now I am the voice. I lead, not follow. I believe, not doubt. I create, not destroy. I am the force for good. I am a leader. Define the odds. Set a new standard. Step up, and step out. Right? So this is how we do it. This is the Tony Robbins incantations. Are you ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
I am the
Now
voice.
I am the voice.
I am the
I
voice.
will lead,
Not
not
Believe, not doubt. I will create, not destroy.
I
I
am
am a force for good. I am a leader.
Find the odds.
Find the odds.
A new standard.
Set
A new standard. Step up.
All right. Okay. Okay. Who is choking? All right. Okay. Fujian, do you want to guide us for this?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Liu lah.
Now I am the voice. I will lead to follow. I believe, not doubt. I create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I'm a leader. Define the odd. Set a new standard. Step up, step up, step up.
Right? So this is what you do, and you will really feel that. If you really believe those words, it works. And this is what also I normally do in the morning with the rebounder. Okay. This is what we do on the rebounder. Okay. Yeah. If you can see me, not sure you can see me. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. The voice. I will lead, not follow.
Okay. Can you see?
Believe, not doubt.
Okay, let me just show you a quick one. If you really want to get the energy,
I am leader. Define the us. Set a new standard.
I show you. This is what we do. If you ask that power and power what?
Oh, you stand there. Wow.
Okay. So this
Not
is what I
still.
do in the morning.
Oh.
Early you do this, right? Bounce, not bounce. And say that. Now I am the voice. I lead, not follow. I believe, not doubt. I create, not destroy. I am the force for good. I am a leader. Defy the odds. Set a new standard. Step up, and step up. Yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
This is how you got the physical energy. Physical energy. Okay? The rebounder. Right?
That's good.
Right? Okay. Banyak lompat pun tak kurus. Okay, tak apalah.
Itu dah kurus tu.
Kurus tu. Right? But physical energy is like that. Frankly, there were times I actually bounce on this before I start the class. All right?
Oh.
But you don't need the rebounder. You can just bounce on the spot. Just like people like Desmond and Derek, you are all sport people. You need that physical force. Okay, let's do it one more time for this part. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Now
I am the voice.
I
will lead,
not
follow.
I will believe, not doubt.
I will
Create,
create,
not
not
destroy.
destroy.
I'm a force for
I am a
leader.
I am a
Define the
leader.
odd. Set a new standard.
Step a new standard.
New standard. Step up. Step up. Step up. Yes.
All right. Okay. Obviously, the simplest gesture will be the 3 yeses. The 3 yeses that give you the affirmations anytime. All right. Just like somebody can just tell you and say that, you know, not Wenfen, what is that? Pei Wen. All right. They can just say, Pei Wen, you are the best, 你很厉害哦. Then immediately you give themselves the affirmation. Yes. Yes. You know, so all the time the good thing coming, you just do the yes. It gives you that confirmations of positive energy. So when you're on the stage, the same yes that you use immediately, your mind subconsciously will give you that, you know, that spur of the energy. Yes, that positive energy. Right? So the simplest will be just take that 3, the fist will be yes, yes, yes. But it's not yes, yes, yes. And definitely not the high pitch and yes, yes, yes. All right? So it's a lot of affirmation here. Ready? Just 3 yeses. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Jayanti, show us that.
yes, yes, yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes.
May take your seat.
Any 1 minute, Annie? Just 1 minute, huh?
Okay. Got sweat or not?
Yes.
Yes. Power presentations, sometimes not necessary movement, sometimes not necessary a lot of movement, but when you use the energy from your 丹田, your stomach, naturally you will get you will sweat.
All right. So before I start my sessions of the day, we actually owe someone one presentation yesterday. Okay. Let me have her back.
Back.
You're back?
Yes, darling.
Okay. You are back means your time lah. Your time
Ayuh.
lah. Your time. Okay. Now, the self introductions. Yesterday we missed out Rajesh. Okay. Now is really saving the best for the very last. Okay. The very best for the very last. Right.
This is pressure.
So back to yesterday, every one of you will be what? You will be evaluating Rajesh's performance based on the two areas that you want to improve most. All right. If you remember that two areas, evaluate, and we're going to give her the feedback. Okay. So Rajesh, you're going to do what?
You told me to do the ice breaking together, is it?
No,
Tak payah.
this one,
Tak
no
payah,
eye
huh?
breaking. Yeah, no.
So the one that everybody else did lah, same thing. Huh?
Correct, correct.
Alright. 5 minutes, Annie.
Nak berapa banyak masa?
Tak ada. Cukup
Tak
dah banyak
boleh.
tu.
Pasal profile very long mah.
Tak ada lah, yo. No lah. So
Alright.
humble.
Get yourself ready. I'll start with the good introductions, remember? Yeah, and then don't forget to also have a good closing. Ready? 3, 2, 1. If you're ready, okay, you may start now.
It's truly wonderful to see such a huge number of crowds sitting right in front of you. This only reminds me of one thing. Way back 17 years ago, I was exactly sitting right there watching this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you this. Every time when there's an opportunity coming towards us, it knocks at the door. But many of us decline to look at what is that opportunity all about because of the little fear that we have today in our heart. So I am going to tell you a little bit about things that I discovered that has transformed and changed my entire life. Way back 17 years ago, what I did was very simple. I only have to put up a headset on my phone, on my ears, and take up calls and say, good morning, DHL, Rajesh speaking, how can I help you? Today, I want to tell you that little foundation that I've created many years ago has transformed when I joined the #1 unit trust company in Malaysia. I, together with many other leaders here, has created many million ringgit producers. Why that transformation came into my life? Because I decided to make the decision that day. That decision created an opportunity and transformed my entire life. Today, I stand proud to say that I represent the most established #1 unit trust company in Malaysia, supported by the company itself. I came in without any little knowledge about unit trust. I came in without any information about financial planning. Today, I want to tell you, my #1 company has not only nurtured me, nurtured many other people here who came with this little fear that I don't know anything. I want to give you that assurance. When you have decided to join us today, you can be groomed as a professional unit trust consultant without doubt, even if you do not have any single information or knowledge about the company. That is what the #1 unit trust company for 44 years will do to you, transform you, create strength, ability to make sure that when you turn back one fine day, you know you are far ahead in front of anybody else. So ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that the decision that you make today is the decision that's going to transform your whole entire life. When somebody again comes and knocks at the door, you know nothing about the company that you're going to join. Tell yourself, I'm going to learn, I'm going to explore, and I'm going to create that transformation to make sure that I don't turn back again and say, oh my God, I missed the opportunity. So with that, let me tell you, I'm here to support you together with my entire team. We will do this together. Please come and join us. Let's venture, create more millionaires to walk along with us. Yes.
All right. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Please take your seat.
Thank you, dear.
Right. Okay, everyone.
Okay, I want to join you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Give
you.
me the form.
Thank
Give
you,
me the
thank you.
COA.
Thank you.
I will not miss this opportunity ever again.
Okay.
I don't want to miss the boat.
Yeah, me too.
So now
Yeah,
you
thank
know
you.
how she raised what is this from top
100.
more
200,
than
yeah.
100 in 1.5 year to the
Yeah.
top 40. Yeah, this now it's not 40 already. Now it's
Top
how
25. Top 25 already,
eh,
right?
25 December.
No, not yet. I'm waiting
Hello,
for the
May?
report this week. The report will be out this week.
I think got chance lah.
I'll let you know. I'll let you all know. Hello,
Ah.
my God, I'm pressure.
When you got the report now, you know what you do?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
You know, yes, I have made it. All right. So two persons give evaluation, please.
Okay, me.
Yes.
Krishna.
Come. Yes.
I love her energy. Her start was good. Her closing was there. And her gestures were there. The face expression was there. And the message was very clear from where she was and where she is now. And she is a living proof. That's what I get the message strongly that I should not miss the boat. I should join her.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. All right. What is your rating, Krishnan, Jayanti?
I give her 10.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Okay. No wonder
Pressure.
kena bagi COA. All right. Okay. Next person, please give feedback, please. Come. Anyone? Rina. Who is this? All right. Okay, come. Yes.
Rina, you can go ahead because I just.
Okay. I love the way that she speak just now. It's very energized and a very good content that make people will want to know more whatever that she wants to finish the sentence. So the gesture is there, the energy is very strong there, and the what we call that, the emphasis of joining her is there. So I love the way that she speaks now. Her presentation is good.
Okay. So your rating, please.
10.
Oh, okay. Rajesh, you may leave the training now.
This
You
pressure. I'm more pressure to look at Annie's rating.
All right. Okay. Next, who was that just now? Desmond, you wanted to say something? Please come and share with us.
Just very short one. Yeah, I think the facial expression was there, the emotion was there, and the body gesture was also there. Because yeah, I think she has been saying the same message for 17 years, so that helps. That helps. So yeah, I will give her 9. Everyone has room to improve, right? But 9 is good enough, right?
All right. Okay. Do you know how long she spoke?
More than 5 minutes.
More than 5 minutes.
No. About 3.5 to 4 minutes only.
All right. So do you think it's too long? Did you realize it's long more than the 2 minutes given?
5 minutes.
No,
It was
we are
5
given
minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, right?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. She did it in 3 minutes time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me share this with you. So if you look at this, my rating to Rajesh, can you see? Okay, if you see the rating here, the showmanship was good. All right. Showmanship here, I would say 7 to me is high. All right. But I would expect, obviously it's very natural because Rajesh herself is a very energetic person and it's very I person. I person, they're able to act better because they are very emotional. Naturally, these people, they have already a good combinations of emotion in them. When they laugh very extensively. When they cry very loud, So they have more extreme than the S people. The S people, the S persons, they're very stable, But I person, they are very emotional. So Rajesh is an I person, I believe. It's more to D and I. So when she expressed feeling, you were able to sense her more because she expressed a lot more than people. Yeah, more extensive. If it's more happier, it's happier, it's a lot more happier. If it's sad, it's a lot more sad. So you will feel the extensive, and you will actually more engage into this kind of persons because they emotionally actually influence you very naturally. Showmanship here, 7, but it can be better. Yeah, better in a sense is that the whole combinations of your presentations, your emotion was very loud, very strong, and it's all the way that way. You understand? It's all the way loud, it's all the way strong, it's all the way powerful. All right. But there are sometimes you need to stay powerful, you come down slightly, then you lift up. You will need that combination. All the time loud, for 3 minutes is okay, for 5 minutes is okay. But if they hear you for, let's say, 2 hours all the way loud, it's like I'm not sure you have heard, like many years we have people like maybe certain speakers, okay, better not mention the name. They came to public minister when they gave their talk, in 1 hour or 1.5 hours. It was loud all the way. Okay, when loud all the way, if it's too long, you will also lose the audience. Okay, so Rajesh, you obviously did very well, but you need that combination. Sometimes you just slow down, give them a chance to rest, or when you emphasize, you slow down, then you move up again. Yeah, so you need the combinations. Okay, but averagely you compare with others, this is very energetic and lots of power in your presentation. Okay, emotional is very good because you're very passionate. Yeah, you're very you are thoroughly believe in your product, in your company, in yourself when you did that presentation. So your influence to us is very strong because you are so passionate. You are not sharing a lot about your result, but you are, when the words that you use, people can feel like you actually walk the talk. Not like you are sharing other people's testimony, but you actually walk the talk. As such, your influence become very strong, very engaging because you're able to use a lot of good stories, a company achievement, and some pointers that you shared. People will feel like, yeah, all right. But the engagement here can be better. Where I also put here areas of improvement is more. You should also talk more about what is in it for you. Okay, just be very careful when you do the business opportunity talk. People will always talk about very natural, the industry, the company, yeah, then yourself. Okay, but not many people talk about the audience. All right, relating the audience back to the industry, relating the audience back to the company, relating the audience back to the your agency achievement. But many of them just shy on the 3 things. So industry is good, company is good, the agency is good. All right, but what does that have to do with you, the person who are sitting down there, who are totally fresh, don't know the industry, don't know the company, don't know you? How do they benefit from you? So that's where the relations will come in. Okay, if you're able to relate that well, okay, there will be a lot more engaging. Okay, all right. Filler words is almost none. Okay, very high. I think naturally when you speak to Rajesh, you also don't feel she has a lot of filler words. Okay, so basically, people who don't have filler words, the words and their thoughts, they go with the same speed. If those people, their thoughts is actually, let's say, behind their words, that means it's that they speak first, the words is still not yet appear, or the idea not yet come to their mind, then the filler words will fill in. All right. But if your thoughts, I mean the idea and your words in your mouth, they go align at the same speed, normally people like this, they don't have filler words. All right. So she is the type that it moves very smoothly. So you can feel that there's no filler words. Now, obviously, what I like here is about okay. The volume is actually good. Okay, the volume is actually very good. You're able to control that volume up and down. And how should I say this? You have also very natural good in articulations. If you're able to speak with Rajesh, you can hear her personally. You will feel like her articulations, her pronunciations of the words that she mentions is very clear. It's very sharp. If there is a S, you feel the S. If there is a Z, you feel that you can hear the Z clearly. Okay, so throughout the whole presentations, it makes the hearing very smooth. No sounds of mumbling and no sound of mixing the sounds of words to words, right? So that makes the presentation a lot smoother. Facial expression very natural, all right? However, today her presentations, the whole facial expressions was a little bit too how should I say, too firm, too strong. But it's nothing wrong for the topic of business opportunity, because you want to convince people that you trust, and this is a serious industry because you work with people money. So but if there is sometimes that when you do the storytelling, then you need the combinations of facial expressions. So over here, her facial expressions align very well with her topic. You look at her facial expression. If you happen to mute and actually muted her for a short while, I off this, and I listen just now. I just looking at her itself, you will feel like this person is very serious. This person takes what she is doing very seriously, and then you can feel that she speaks also very sincerely. So this facial expressions, it aligns with the word, and you will feel like this presentation sounds so natural. It feels so real. Yeah. The rate areas to improve is I would expect some combinations of the speed in your presentations. Okay, naturally Rajesh speak fast, but if you can combine, sometimes you want to combine that. Okay, for example, you say that if I can make it, you can make it too, and I believe you can. So you may want to slow down certain parts. By slowing down itself for you is an emphasis. Yeah. So for that 3 minutes, it's okay with that speed. However, if I hear you for like 2 hours or long presentations with that speed sometime, and if English is not my main language, you may lose the audience. Okay. Relate a little bit more to your audience. What is in it for them, to your agency, to success of your agency, to the success of the company, to the success of the industry. Yeah. And the posture, I find that your posture, maybe this is on the Zoom, so your posture was very much moving front and back, so you're talking very on the camera. All right. So your posture here, if it's a natural presentation, so right, you were actually talking about left, right, and then you tend to move. Obviously, we have the camera, we have to stay in the camera, but your posture is supposed to be all rounder instead of front and back. Okay. But definitely, this is a very strong pass.
Thank you,
Right.
Annie. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Right. Okay. Boleh, everyone? Right. So if you don't have any questions, we will move on with today's topic. The first topic we're going to talk about today is about emotion. All right. So driving emotion is very, 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 very important. Okay, very, very important. In your presentations, you really want people to follow you. Tony Robbins believe 80% is about emotions, 20% is your skill. All right. That means it's that in your agencies, all right, whether how successful are you, we won't know until they join you. All right. However, in your speech itself, you must make people feel like you are so successful. So successful, then you are a successful at the real successful. All right. So the emotional driving is important because you influence people. The first thing is about emotions. Why emotion influence is important? Because once your clients or your audience emotionally influence, all right, then they will make the decisions that you want. Not necessarily they want, but at that moment they will feel like they want. Okay, but you will want to influence them to make a decisions that you want. How? First is influence them by the emotions, because 80% of our decisions come from emotions. Okay, so if you want your audience to be with you, the first thing to get them to do is always driving on the emotions. Right. Now, there's 7 tips to write on an emotional introductory story. To drive on the emotions is the best is telling a story. Okay, the best is telling a story. It's just how we tell story to a children. Okay, we can't just rush. Okay, we want to tell this part of the story by using these emotions, this kind of eye length, this kind of eye contact, this kind of hand gesture, this kind of volume, this kind of speed. So it's best to learn emotions driving through storytelling. To drive a good story, to tell a good story, okay, these are the 7 tips that you will want to take care. Number 1 is ask yourself why your reader should care. How is this important to them? All right. Number 2 is be ready to be emotional yourself. Right. That means is that you have to get involved yourself into the emotions in your story. All right. So the best way, obviously, to tell a story that you have come across yourself, that you have experienced, so you know the real emotions when you tell that story. Yeah. However, if you are a natural good storyteller, by reading a book itself, you can tell the story, even though you don't experience it. All right. But if you can't do as much, then telling yourself in the story, putting your own story in your presentation will be the best, because you have went through the real emotions in that story. Okay, now come up with an anchor. In the story, there must be something that you want to drive. All right, you want to drive what? Humor. You want to drive that, oh, this business is so easy, you keep laughing and enjoying, or you want to tell something so serious, in this business we talk about money. So your whole emotions that you're going to drive, it has to be somewhere anchor. Is either you want them to feel sad of their conditions, unsatisfied with their conditions, that they make a change, or you want them to feel so proud of themselves that they got motivated and they move on. So in the whole story, there will be a combination of all emotions, all right? But your anchor has to be clear. Your anchor has to be clear. Anchor is what? At the end of the story, they will feel one solid emotions from your story. That is your anchor. Okay? Right. Then avoid being so melodramatic. Right. So not too exaggerate. Okay. I think certain culture, they may not like it. All right. Sometimes I find that the Western culture, sometimes they can be a bit exaggerate, but Asian culture, they may not be. So if you're too exaggerate, they will feel like, acting one, not real. All right. So just a little bit enough, as long as they feel you good enough. Especially men, if it's too much of the acting, it will feel like you are not so real, right? Next is that you should rather show rather than tell. That means is that in your presentations, okay, you don't tell that you feel sad, but you show that you feel sad. How to show? Your tone low, you slow down, your eye contact shows, looking slightly down. All right. So these are how you show that you are sad, telling, say, I am sad. All right. That you act, you show that this feeling is sad. This feeling is excited. I feel so thankful. So thankful. So this is showing by just saying, rather than I'm so thankful. Yeah. So that is a different. But if it's too much, then it becomes number 4, too dramatic. Right? Then you have to be so concise that you will be very precise on the certain points that you want to drive the emotions. And if you're able to have a dialogue, it is actually very, very, very useful, because dialogue, it gives you what? It gives you that, like people say, if today you have a posting on the social media, it gives you that 3D effect. You know that, oh, this person is talking to the other person. So you're acting a few character by having that dialogue in your story. Yeah. So if you're able to combine that, that will make your story a lot more emotional. Next. There's many emotional we can drive. So today I'm just going to share just 4 areas. Yeah. For this is a 4 areas I think is more or commonly used in the storytelling. Yeah. Number 1 is humor. Humor is always the best way to connect. The best way to connect. All right. For example, if you go into the function hall, if you go into the an event, wedding or things like that, or a family gathering, or whatever, a group of people together, you may know some, you don't know some, but before the event start, you will have people maybe group here, they group a few people stand here, a few people stand there. All right. What if you go into the room, there's a few people stand there and they're all crying? Then the other group, you can see everybody was enjoying and laughing. Which one will you be joining? Which one would you be joining? You're joining the
happy
group with
one.
lots of
The happy-
laughters
The
and
laughing one.
joining, you know,
The
a lot of
happy
joy,
one.
a
Yes,
lot of
laughter.
or you go to the group that everybody is crying.
The group with people laughing.
Humor one.
Look at Rina's face. So it's very natural. We are attracted to something happy. All right. We like to be happy. So it's very natural. So it's the same. If you want to connect with your audience, okay, learn to tell joke. Learn to tell jokes. Sometimes if you really no idea how to do your icebreaker, tell a good joke.
Yeah, but I don't know how to tell jokes.
Joke inside, okay? But joke is good. Humor, act for the joke a lot more better. So humor is the best way of connecting. In many of the public speaking, in many of the Toastmaster competitions, yeah, having the humorous part in their story, in their presentations, many of these if you look at the awards winner, the winner for the Toastmaster, many of them, they have this humor element in the presentation. Because why? Once you have that humor element, you and your audience, you and the other party, you and your client, you and your listener, yeah, the gap will just naturally either closer. If you're so good, it just demolished. That means no gap. And the next thing, when you talk about something serious, then they will listen because no gap already. Right? Now, how to get joke? Obviously, today world, you go to Google, you know, how to tell business joke, how to tell joke in the, let's say, gathering, how to tell joke in a birthday party. You know, they have all these things. But I would say a lot of jokes that we actually got today is on our handphone and our WhatsApp. Okay, there's a lot of joke. All right, some is really nonsense, but some nonsense joke can be debriefed into something useful. All right. Now, number 2 is the rest will be serious approach, set approach, and as well as the inspiring approach. Okay. So this is going to be the 4 areas that we're going to drive today. Okay. So just to share with you this video, take a look at the short presentation.
നമസ്കാരം എൻ്റെ പേര് ആനി എന്നാണ് എൻ്റെ ഭർത്താവ് മരിച്ചിട്ട് 3 വർഷമായി
Michelle?
Can you hear?
Yeah.
I can hear.
No video.
right?
Can you hear?
Yes.
Got sound, huh?
Got
Yes.
sound, no picture.
Michelle LaVon Robinson, girl of the South Side. For the past 25 years, you have not only been my wife and mother of my children, you have been my best friend. You took on a role you didn't ask for, and you made it your own, with grace and with grit and with style and good humor.
Please focus on Obama instead of Michelle, yeah?
No video.
Are you looking at the video?
Any, there's no
No
video.
video.
No video.
No video?
No video.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Only audio.
Michelle,
Focus on the presenter, not Michelle Obama. See how he tell the story. How he makes the audience crazy. See how long he paused, huh? See, he paused for so long.
Michelle LaVaughn Robinson, girl of the South Side. For the past 25 years, you have not only been my wife and mother of my children, you have been my best friend. You took on a role you didn't ask for, and you made it your own, with grace and with grit and with style and good humor.
These tears are very valuable, these tears. Whether got tears or not, nobody knows, but he wiped it.
You made the White House a place that belongs to everybody. And a new generation sets its sights higher because it has you as a role model. So you have made me proud, and you have made the country proud.
I received a
All right?
Powerful.
Okay, so what have you learned from the speech just now?
Story which has got seriousness, inspiring, and emotion.
Okay, how he delivered it that touched you most?
When he mentioned the name, everybody paused, and then he teared without even speaking. He was just tearing, and that tear like spoke 1,000 words. So
Right.
emotional.
Now, I want to tell you, you tell me honestly, did you see his tears?
I
All
did
right.
see him crying, but his eyes was there's a sparkle, and then he wiped with his handkerchief.
Now, what I want to say is that when you are on the stage doing your presentations, best is on the virtual, all right? Frankly, nobody can really see your tears. Tears has no color, okay? But wiping your tears itself tells people that you shed tears. All right. So what I want to say is that sometimes you really cannot cry. Don't cry, but wipe your tears. So everybody, can you just wipe your eyes, your tears? Hey, Pei Wen, don't wipe and smile lah. Okay. Wipe is like when you tell a story, okay, or when you're saying that you win an award, all right, then they call your name and say, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Teo Pek Yin, the top GAM in public Myeojong. So she went up there. You see her? Wipe the tears, Teo. Got tears or not? You can't tell. Okay. But this gesture, I can tell you, if it's a man, you do that, the woman, see liao lo, All right. Then also, what else you learn from Obama's speech?
Learning how to pause.
Learning how to
for the
pause.
response.
Correct. And he don't really speak a lot. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he paused, allowed people to get that focus to Michelle Obama. All right. Now, same for you. All right. So you either pause for them to pay attention to you, or they either pause, allow them to pay attention to themselves by reflecting what you say. All right. Pause is really, 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 really useful. Okay. But you got used at the same right time. Using too much pause in your presentation, you slow down the energy. Okay. So pause is supposed to be like that. Move. This is how the pause works. Present, pause, present, pause, present. Right? Like somebody said just now, yesterday, I think Carly, right? She said, are you? Did you ask that? Are you? Okay. So instead of ask like, are you? This business is so good. Are you going to join us? Are you going to take advantage? All right. But pause. Are you? This business is so awesome. Are you? So when you ask, are you? It actually goes back to the audience and they were like, yeah, am I? Why not? Huh? Am I suitable? Can I do it? You know, so allow that pause. Right. So one more feedback from Obama's speech. Right. If it's not, I move on to the next person. Now, this is about humor. Okay. So she is a Toastmaster champion as well. Okay. So make sure you can hear this.
Sherry Sue, turn around. Turn around, Sherry Sue.
Our life is like this stage. It is bright, but sometimes it's scary. It's easy to turn your back on your fear, but it's hard to turn around. Context here, my friends. If you cannot see me on this stage, please just focus on the screens. I'm a little scared right now. Have you ever turned your back on someone or something because you are scared? When I was 7, I was only afraid of 2 people, my mom and dad. One night, we were having noodles for dinner. I could feel the soft light in the dining room, smell the tomato sauce, and hear my mom's voice. Sherry, put all the chopsticks on the table. Yes, and yum. Mom, Dad, let's eat. I was eating. My parents were talking. But suddenly, what's wrong with you? My mom stood up. My dad's eyes grew wide. Don't do this in front of the kid. I heard some bad words I didn't know the meaning of, and some bad words I wish I didn't know the meaning of. All of a sudden, my mom knocked all the bowls and plates on the floor. Red tomato sauce splashed all over the wall. Mom, Dad, stop fighting, please. I'm scared.
Now this is high pitch, huh? This is high pitch.
My mom looked at me. Sherry, I'm leaving. Who do you want to live with? Mom or Dad? Pick one. Can you imagine how I felt? Pick one. I turned around and ran into my room. I heard my mom slam the door and left. My dad came into my room and sat next to me. Baby, I know it's hard, but I have to ask you a serious question. Do you know how to clean off the tomato sauce on the wall? Two months later, my mom came back. But home sweet home became a battlefield again. And that war continued for 15 years. After college, I escaped to live in a big city alone. People and relationships, they're scary. But when I turn my back on them, my dark, lonely shadow scared me even more. I was miserable. And my only friend Lily told me, Sherry, come with me to Toastmasters. So I went to Toastmasters. Such a scary place. So many people clapped their hands for no reason. A guy named Jim approached me. His little eyes were sparkling. Sherry, if you want to know more about Toastmasters, you and I can have dinner together.
This is dialogue, yeah? Dialogue.
Is he asking me out? It's like a movie, a horror movie. But the more I got to know about Jim, the more I thought he's cute, funny, and warm-hearted. But then I heard a little voice, you can't handle a relationship. You're gonna hurt him and yourself. I turned my back on Jim, let's just be friends. Sherry, why? I don't want to ask my child one day, Mom or Dad, pick one. Sherry, we are not your parents. We are competent communicators. What scares you now may bring you the most beautiful thing. Give it a chance and turn around. Jim held my arms and turned me around. I looked at him in the eye. Wow, it's not that scary anymore. Jim turned my world around, and now we are happily married. Do you know what it's like to marry a Toastmaster? All of our conversations are 5 to 7 minutes long. I'm not even afraid of my parents anymore. Jim and I became their marriage consultants. I am scared now, but I wouldn't want to mess up your beautiful, smiling faces. Are you turning your back on your fear? Our life is like this stage. But what scares you now may bring you the most beautiful thing. Give it a chance and just
I'm good, Lashi.
Okay, so unmute yourself. What have you learned from Sherry's presentation? What is a core anchor? What is an anchor?
Yeah.
She was able to she was able to engage the audience all the time. She's so creative in the way she presented, body language, her humor, her dialogue, her script, her eye contact, her gesture, her body language, all synchronizes all time.
Right?
Damn good.
Damn good, huh? Okay.
Damn good.
What is an anchor here?
Overcoming her fear.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Overcoming
So,
everybody's fear.
overcoming
go
fear
about
by turn things around and give them a chance, huh? Okay.
Yes.
So actually, the topic that she's want to deliver is a serious topic. Okay, and then she started with something also serious about family issues and real issues and a real story of her life. And she brought onto the stage. So she can express it easily. For example, the moment she asked, dad or mom, pick one. That thing has actually 2 times happened in her speech, but you can feel when she say that. Yeah, so that is how important it is. And how do you like the dialogue?
She kept us glued to hear more the story and the outcome. And what's the message she had was there very clear in our lives.
So for you to explain the fight over the dining table, all right, sometimes not so easy, but she act for that mom and that. Okay, by just acting, you as an audience, you felt it yourself. So she didn't tell you the feeling of the dad and mom, but she acted out for you. All right. So this is how the dialogue influence the emotions. So, but you must be able to act both sides. So you must be able to act if you can also act by putting the voice into it, then it will be very, very real. Because you actually putting the audience into like watching the real scenario again. So this is how dialogue is going to be very useful. And just like how you tell the children's story last time in the storybook, you tell them, it says that when the rabbit jumped into the hole and he found that cloud, oh my God. You put all this thing into it because you want him to, or your child to experience or feel that he actually in the whole movie. So story is important. So sorry, dialogue is important. Then, but obviously, if you have too many characters, then it will get confused, lah. Okay, so the most I would say 2, yeah. But if you can just act for 1 person, it's good enough. Yeah, she actually acted for 2, acted for mom, all right, because the mom asked, "Would you want to stay, mom or dad?" And then she acted for the dad when he come in and asked for the tomato, how to clean the tomato sauce. Right.
Also,
now
she acted her husband James.
Correct.
And, yeah.
When she acted, she actually stood at the husband's side and stood at her side. And then when she said the parents, she actually 1 step further talk about act as for the parents. So you're able, when you do the dialogue, you have to move your body. Standing at different position is like anchor. Anchor what? Anchor the character of the person in the story. All right. Okay. How do you like her facial expression? Pei Wen, how do you like her facial expression? Pei Wen, how do you like her facial expression?
Very numb to the situation.
Very good, huh? Okay.
Very much.
Very much. Okay. What have you learned from her facial expressions?
I think it's more to the feeling at the moment she brings out, and how did she feel at the moment. Yeah,
right.
The way she express herself.
Correct. Yeah. When she smile, you feel like she's smiling. Okay. When she act, when the parents ask the questions, you feel so real. All right. So, and then when she smile, you really feel her smile. One thing is she got a big eyes, right? So when you got a big eyes and come to a presentation, it's definitely an advantage. All right. Okay. What else? Anything else? How do you like her joke?
It was good.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
very,
Very
very
humorous.
subtle.
Yeah, very
Sometimes
humorous.
we think about like actual
natural
jokes,
that
but
everybody
she
laughed.
included the jokes in her story. And I think that was very natural. The way she transit from the joke back to story, back to joke. So like it
Very smooth.
Yeah, it was very smooth.
All right. Which part she engaged with the audience?
When she asked about would you turn your back on the fear?
And the fear, all right. I would say the part where she engaged with the audience, because this is a Toastmaster event. The people who are watching are mainly Toastmaster participants as well from all over the world. So she actually put the Toastmaster into the story.
Yes.
You know, she says that you're meeting a Toastmaster and then you come back home, all the conversation of a Toastmaster is 7 to 5 minutes. You know, immediately it relates. And then the Toastmaster people are sitting here, don't know what they are doing, you know, laughing for no reason, crying for no reason. So immediately it connect with the audience, because this connect, she knows the audience background. They are the Toastmasters. Yeah. So once you connect, people will just buy you. All right. So she has the joke, but the joke wasn't a rubbish joke. Joke is so relevant to the audience, to the content. All right. Okay. So are you ready to do something similar?
Wow, we can be award meeting Toastmasters. Not there yet.
Okay.
Not there yet.
Don't worry. You don't have to be perfect to start. You have to start to be perfect. All right. Okay, let me share with you another video. Obviously, you know this lady. Okay, but her approach, this video, she did it during her business opportunity preview. Her approach is one approach, serious. No joke, you know. So her approach is something like what Rajesh did, all right? Very serious. So she basically tell the audience and says that she's very serious. She's really serious about herself, really serious about business, serious about the audience. And that is why she got the result. So I want you to take a look and feel accordingly. Yeah. Okay, let me share this.
Yeah. I know what is my purpose, and I connect into my big why. Most of the time, you all tak jumpa purpose you. You tak jumpa purpose you, and you never connect into your why. You expect it, you masuk dekat sini, you akan terus boleh berjaya. Sorry. You tahu tak, most of the people yang tahu purpose dia, moment dia dah tahu apa purpose dia, hari itu dia dah akan tahu bahawa hidup dia bukan lagi hidup yang mendata. Hidup dia akan menjadi hidup yang sangat roller coaster. The moment you datang dekat sini, sebab you kata dekat diri you, pergi mampuslah degree aku, pergi mampuslah hutang piutang yang aku ada. Whatever it is yang aku datang dekat sini, aku ada mentor, aku akan dengar cakap dia selama 5 tahun because I want to be a millionaire. I will burn all the bridge behind me, but just to hear to whatever lesson that she's going to teach me. Waktu itu, the moment you decide that in your heart, you tahu tak, hidup you akan jadi roller coaster, you tahu tak? And of course, dia punya pelincir you. Roller coaster ni memang sakit. You dah nak dapat dah amount yang you close to, tiba-tiba commission slash. You dah nak nampak dah klien yang you nak dapat tu, tiba-tiba orang silang. Itulah roller coaster. But the thing that keep on fuel you, supaya you akan lincir, you naik, you masih lagi melincir you, is your big why. I know what is my big why. I know that if I'm here, I cannot be a billionaire. My capacity of becoming a billionaire, I boleh buat benda yang lagi lebih dalam kehidupan I got a powerful resources, which is my team. I have my team yang bukan sahaja, bukan tua, yang paling tua dalam team Yang lain semua muda remaja macam Naim tu, macam Kaiser tu, macam siapa ni, semua muda lagi paling tua akak If I don't do this, all right, I know what is my purpose. Very clear. I'm willing to burn all the things that I have at the back for the sake of getting my first 1 billion. Alright? I don't mind. Akak tak kisah. Akak tak peduli. You can ask my GM. But one thing that I really obsess, akak punya nama baik. If I want to do something else, akak akan tinggal dengan sangat bermaruah. Faham tak? That is my obsession. When you hear about early billionaire, dia buat benda ni dengan sangat power. Bila dia masuk ke tempat itu, dia akan jadi sangat power. That is my obsession. So in anything that I want, I'm going to give it the best. You heard Sarah Blakely? You dengar Sarah Blakely?
All right. So what have you all learned from her speech? Sorry, who is talking? What have you all learned from her speech?
Very powerful, full of charisma.
Full of charisma, all right?
Mm.
Okay. Non-verbal, not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her words, her verbal part, the words that she uses are very, very strong.
Yeah.
Okay. And then her emphasis are very great. And then when she uses, she wants to emphasize on the certain points, you know, she paused at the right time. Okay. But the words that she uses are very strong. It's like very extreme. It's a yes or no. You don't feel anything in between. Right? Okay. What else you learn about her presentation?
Joining her is not like smooth sailing, and you can expect the high and low, and whenever you're almost going to reach, you'll see the unexpected. So be prepared in mind. And she has a team of youngest and the oldest is herself. That's what I get the message.
Okay, so Gen Y, Derek and Desmond, how do you find looking at her presentation?
Yeah, she draws us in with her words. I noticed lah. So everything that she says, like it has a lot of emphasis. So she plays a lot with the pacing. She plays a lot with the tone, and she relates to the audience. Why did they come here in the first place? And she uses that to impact the audience. Yeah.
Right? Okay, awesome. So would you join?
Yeah, I will.
Well, you guys want to join everybody, huh?
As long as you have the results.
But you have no choice. Teo Pei Im has to be your upline already.
Yes.
I mean, it depends though. If there are a few other choices, right? But it will be one of my choices. But the leader I like shouldn't be so serious, lah. That's it.
All right. Okay. Now, in her speech, you will realize there's a lot of real thing that she is telling. She's not cover and camouflage with just some good things about the industry. You know, she's basically telling the truth that coming here is a roller coaster life. All right, but you will be driving based on with your big why. All right, so she doesn't tell you it's going to be a bit of roses, things like that. All right, so I think in today's world, it's good to be real. Yeah, in the past, years back, if you talk about all the good things, people tend to believe. But today, just have to be real, because in social media, people tend to buy and just you to be real, because you post all the picture when you are at home, you are playing with the pet, you are washing your floor, you are, you know, just a real you. So people accept it better. So if you realize the presentation is nothing like just telling you something positive, but she's telling you the truth. Yeah, and you will feel like, okay, nothing to hide. Then the rest of the thing is just about me ready or not. So it's easier for a listener to make a decision. All right. Okay. Now, any questions so far? Okay.
Amy,
Mm.
how to know where to use what?
Where to use what?
Like you see, you showed us two clippings. One was quiet and use the pause a lot and emotions.
Mm.
Another you use is be very serious and deliver your points without much emotions.
Mm.
So how are we to adjust? What are we going to use?
Okay, very good questions. Okay, very good questions. All right. To be the best presenter, first is still be yourself. All right. You cannot be a totally different person. Your audience will be shocked, and the off stage of you, they will still compare with the on stage of you. All right. So let's take example of Fui Fui. Fui Fui not here. Okay. Actually, yesterday towards the end, she stayed back. We had conversations. So Fui Fui is a very energetic and positive. It's very energetic. If you look at her, she's a very like a sunshine. She's very loud. It's a lot of laughters. You have her. So if you get her to speak on some serious topic, yeah, all the way serious topic, it's not easy for audience to absorb. Then audience will feel like not her leh, she's like kind of acting a bit, right? So to have a good power presentations, even not a power presentation, a normal presentation, first you got to know yourself. Okay, knowing yourself and amplify your strength. There are weaknesses, you will just have to improve. So you cannot be a totally different unless there is a process of changes. Like Toastmaster is a process of changes. It can be a years that people were able to got to the stage, the international stage to compete, right? But it's a process of transformation. But if you're talking about just a short program like this and you yourself just go up there, it cannot be very far from the original you. All right. So that is why this program is teaching you some skills, all right, that you can actually change it. For example, emphasizes, how to use your energy, all right, to charge yourself up in the 1 minute before you got up to the stage. All right. So these are something immediately that you can apply, but it doesn't change the core you.
So eventually you're saying is be yourself and pick the topic which is very close to your heart or a message you want to deliver. Is that what you're implying?
Correct. So you need to just to have the varieties. All right. For example, I tell you today, humor is the best way to connect. In all occasions. All right. So if you are the serious person in your life, hardly you tell joke. And you have your presentations all the time, you crack joke. Sometimes they doubt whether they should laugh or not. Because they were like, is she okay? Why do they tell this kind of thing? They confuse it because your previous you not so much. So suddenly for you to tell a lot of jokes is perhaps not so acceptable to your audience. All right. But if you look at the lady just now, the Cherry, right? She came out to the joke. Her topic is a serious topic, but there were parts of the presentation she lightened it and make it like a joke. But some of it is not really like a joke. For example, he says, her husband and wife, they together, all the conversation lasts 5 to 7 because Toastmaster presentation is either 5 to 7 minutes. All right. So if you see, is that a joke? To us, it's not a joke. To Toastmaster, it's a joke. All right. So it has to be relevant. All right. Okay. But in power presentation, doesn't matter you are the serious or you are the a non-serious person, so you are naturally a very humorous person, okay? However, raising your voice, playing with the vocal, has a right eye contact, gesture, posture. These are the natural things that you can always improve. It doesn't change you. Yeah, it just enhance your presentation skill. Right? So I move on from here. Okay, so now we're going to have our tea break. So before this tea break, sorry, after the tea break, you will come back and have your storytelling sessions. Right? So you're going to choose an emotions. For the sake of just these presentations, okay, you choose an emotions. You want to say something funny, you want to say a sad story, you want to say something serious, you want to say something inspiring, okay, you must have an anchor. Then you choose your story. All right. Then if I suggest you for you to experience it, maybe you want to use your past example into the story. Then you can relate the emotions better. Okay. And the presentation will only be 3 minutes. Yeah. Try to include this. Try to include some of these things that we mentioned here. Right. If you can have dialogues in the presentation, will be good. Right. So show the emotions instead of tell the emotions. All right. Okay. Any questions?
Any, it can be related to anything that's actual story of our lives. Anything,
Yeah.
does not have to be anything, right? Any
Yeah,
subject.
it can be
Okay,
anything.
Okay. All right.
All right. Any questions?
5
Don't need
minutes
to
break.
think so hard. Don't need to think so hard because it's just a 3 minutes presentation. All right. It's just a 3 minutes. You can just have one experience. You saw a cockroach on the floor. You know, you can just have an experience where someone spilled the hot drink and when the hot drink touched the skin, you know, how the person react, you know, and this is just a short storytelling. You have only 3 minutes. Okay. You can have one day you walk to the barber, all right? Then you see someone with bow hair sitting there. You don't know how to, you're not sure whether you're supposed to laugh or not. What is the bow guy doing, you know, in the barber? All right. So then you start to imagine, maybe he wants to keep a hair long. Maybe he wants to have a new, hair growth tonic, something like that. So it can be a real, it can be a makeup, but it's just 3 minutes. No need to think very, very far. It can be something happened this morning, something in your WhatsApp, something yesterday, last night, you know. But I want that story comes with a lot of emotion, a lot of emotion. Yeah. If you want us to cry, make sure you show us you're crying. Okay. Question?
How many minutes is our tea break?
Okay.
Yeah.
Prepare ourselves.
10 minit lah. You need 10 minit eh?
Can I need? I just have to stir fry the veggie, that's all.
10 minutes cukup ah? 10 minutes cukup ah? Stir fried veggie.
10 minutes, because your presentation is just 3 minutes, okay? All right. But actually, no need to prepare so much. I just want you to sit in the corner and think of one funny scenes that happened. Either it happened on you, or it happened in your family, or you were there when it happened. So you saw someone reacted in the situations, and it becomes something so funny, or it becomes something really sad. You know, you see can be something very small. You know, you see a bunch of ants carry the dead body of the dead ants. You know, when you look at it, it says that, you know, is this a funeral to the ants cloud? What happened to them? But it is a story that people don't pay attention. But you'll be able to tell that something so small and put the emotions into us and relate. This is super awesome. You know, then he says that this is about team. This is about team. I've seen the dead body of this ant being carried from the door of my kitchen all the way to the balcony. And that distance is maybe 5,000 times the length of the ant. You know, it's something small, but you express it to people feel like, yeah, I've neglected life, I should be more grateful in life, I don't appreciate a lot. So if you're able to do that, awesome. Story not to be modest, delivering the story, it has to be something great.
All right.
For these sessions, no opening, no closing. No need to do opening, no need to do introductions. Okay, no need to come up with a quotation, no need to come up with something or video, no need to dance. Just come in straight and tell the story, yeah, and take a deep breath, get yourself into the emotions. Okay, if you're gonna tell a funny, sad story, okay, don't come in with a joker face. Is that all right? Okay. So you need 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So we will, okay, to be fair, we see you back about 11. You have 12 minutes, frankly.
Annie, I missed out the engaging part. Can you show the slide of asking questions?
Engaging, not yet.
Oh, belum ah. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay,
Mm.
thanks.
All right, so I see you 10 sharp. Then we quickly do, everyone have their presentations. All right, okay, see you.
Any break now, isn't it, Annie?
Yeah, correct. 10 minutes,
okay.
yeah?
Okay, sayang. Bye dah.
good grammar and spelling?
All right.
Annie.
All right. Let's come back and welcome back. Okay. Storyteller, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Am I here alone? One more time. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So.
Annie, I still want to reconfirm something. The story can be emotion, can be humor, can be sad, can be laughter, anything, right? Okay, all right.
Yeah. I'm sure every one of us have millions of such incidents in life. All right. Just that which one you pick. You have that. All right. Okay. Who would like to go first? Don't pretend. Look at me suddenly. The screen freeze. Don't intentionally freeze yourself. We learn a virtual trick. You know that. Annie. Your turn, Annie. All right. Okay. Who would like to go first? Okay, kita bagi respect to whoever lah, you know, freedom. Siapa nak bagi first? Okay, I want to start with Tracy Ong. Is that okay? Because the ang pao at the back, 恭喜發財身體興隆. Okay, right? Tracy, okay. Okay, now wait, Tracy, before you start, every one of us, okay, again, you're going to evaluate the participant here. All right. So let me just assign you here. Okay, I'm going to assign every one of you, take care on something. Right? Okay, we're going to have here Jayanti. Yep. Okay, I want to assign you to take care of words.
Okay.
Her language. Okay, in terms of the language, vocabulary, her grammar.
Okay.
Right? Okay, then here, Rina. Okay, Rina, I assign you to take care of the donation. Yeah, Desmond, you take care of the volume. All right. Then we have Pei Wen. Pei Wen take care of the pitch, high pitch and low pitch. Derek, you take care of the articulation. Peg Im, you take care of the emphasis. All right. Kalai, you also take care of emphasis because emphasis is important. Right. And then Fui not here. Fujian, you take care of the speed, the rate. All right. Tracy will take care of the filler words.
Rajesh.
Never mind. I assign Tracy first. Tracy, you take care of the filler words, you know, and the harshness, mumbling like that. Okay. Rajesh, you take care of the gesture, the hand movement.
Okay. Thank you, Annie.
All right. Okay. And I think I have one more is the facial expressions. Oh, sorry. Then I will take Kalai out. Kalai, you take care of the facial expressions. Let Pei Yin take care of the emphasis. All right. Okay. So everybody get ready. And
Annie, question. When you say words, that means what? Where, how they speak?
Yeah. And the language, the grammar, the words, the vocabulary.
Okay.
Yeah. So your part is basically listen to whether she can use a better word or already a good words to express, you know, and then whether she's have a spoken language or things like that, you know.
Okay, Annie, if I'm doing the presentation, then who take care of the filler words?
All right.
Oh, you. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I will replace your role lah, whoever who present. All right, you ready? Is
Ready.
Fui back? Not yet, huh? Okay, never mind. We're gonna pin you. So we'll have your speaker view you. Right. Say pin. Okay, everybody ready? Okay, so we're gonna have our 3 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Tracy Ong's and her story. You may start now.
In the morning of 2014, right, we came back from a holiday, and I was taking my daughter to go to my uncle's house to fetch my dog, Sherlock. The name is Sherlock. And while I was driving, I hear, together with my daughter in the car, I hear a sound. Meow, meow, meow. I was telling my girl, you hear anything or not? Do you hear a kitten's sound? My girl say, Mom, you paranoid. You always have a phobia on cats. So I continue to drive, but the sound become louder and louder and louder. Then I told my girl, I asked my eldest daughter again, Joe, you heard? She said, yes, Mom, I heard. So I quickly stopped the car and asked and checked. I don't even know how to open my car bonnet. So I saw a man passing by. I asked, Sir, can you help me to open my bonnet? I think there is a kitten inside there. The man opened the bonnet and saw, check, and there's nothing. So he said nothing. So then I said, thank you. So I drove my car again. So, and the sound of the kitten become louder and louder. So I decided, I told my girl, let's go home. Let's go home. We don't want to drive because I suspect the kitten is under the car. So I said, let's go home. So when I turned my car, I was at the Damansara Jaya, that highway there. So I turned my car back to Bandar Utama. As I drove, the voice become louder and louder. I decided along the way back, there is a workshop. So I drove straight to the workshop, and then I asked the guy, the owner of the workshop, I say, Si Tao, can you please go under the car and see if there's a cat or a kitten there? So he did, he sliced in, say, Si Tao Po, yes, there is a kitten so small under your car. And it's hanging like that, hanging with the two paws. So I said, quickly get up. While he was there, there's a group of people surround my car. No, everybody was so excited to see what is happening. So when the owner took out the kitten, and I personally at the time, I don't like cats. I had a dog, but I never liked cat. So what I do was, I asked around, anybody wants this kitten?
All right, stop. Time's up. Okay. Now 3 minutes is not enough to tell story. Okay, never mind. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so let's give a big hand to Tracy for our first presenter. Okay, now let's come back here. All right. So any one of you take note the areas that you are assigned. Anything particularly that you want to mention? No need everybody share, but anything that particularly that you take note from Tracy presentations that you want to share.
On the facial expression, when she first started the story, she looked really like concerned when she heard the noise of the kitten, and she was alert. That she added a bit of humor when she didn't know how to open the bonnet and all. But as the story moved on, her facial expression was just like just normal. It was just there wasn't it was that play of a lot of reaction there, and then after that it was just like normal.
Okay. Okay. So she consciously remember at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. So subsequently macam terlupa lah. Okay.
After that, he followed up with the intonation and all, but the facial expression was just normal.
Okay. All right. Okay. Next.
Gesture. I was in charge of gesture. I find her very very interesting because she had a humor, and when she was actually talking about humor, a movement of hands went up here, a little bit on the left, on the right. She also had the eyes like that, and the smile when she was like fear, and there was a different movement when she was actually showing fear. She had a different movement, but there was interaction on the gesture, so I was able to connect.
Right. Okay. Thank you. By the way, now Rajesh has a lot of filler words. Tak ada, just now tak ada. You know why? Because now she is thinking. Just now was a very smooth thought and the words. Okay. Okay. Other feedback to Tracy, please.
I do have feedback. Hello?
Hey, sorry, Derek, you're saying?
Yeah.
Hello? Sorry,
Yeah,
my
can
internet
hear
isn't
you.
very good. Okay, I was in charge of articulation. I think that point was fine. She did really well with her articulation. She made sure to pronounce every word. There were some parts in the story, like with the bonnet and hearing the kitten's voice, the sound. I knew it was supposed to be humor, but I felt that it wasn't really exaggerated enough. So it's kind of like, I know I'm supposed to laugh at this point, but okay, you know, the kind of thing. So I felt that when it comes to these parts, it could have been a bit more natural. Like, you know, she's telling this story to her friends, or when she just picture with like us as her friends, and then she's just like, oh, you know what, this happened, and then I don't want to open the bonnet, you know, that kind of thing. So if there was a bit more color, I would say, in those parts, it would, I think people would know that, or people were more likely to be like they were more likely to laugh unintentionally, because like when you deliver that punchline, people will be like, oh, the kind of thing. So I felt that was a bit lacking. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Got it now? Tracy got it now?
Yes.
On words.
Right.
There are certain words she would have said better. That means instead of fetch the dog, I was going to collect from the pet shop, and then better words can be used. But otherwise, further on, moving on, it was good. You were yourself, you know, with all the what do you call it? You have a mixed language. With that also, it was good. Thank you.
Okay. A quick one from myself here. From myself here, if you can see. Okay. So this is the second presentations. Okay. Filler words you almost don't have. It was quite smooth, right? I think you don't have filler words. It's just that you pause, but I like that pause. It's okay, right? Showmanships, the story wasn't so smooth, like a lot of thinking when talking, thinking and talking. So the showmanship is just like, internet lag like that. It's like, it's like jam a bit because you're thinking while you're talking. All right. So the whole flow, because like it kind of lag, break into pieces like that. Because you're thinking. But if you are very comfortable with the story, you're just like, hey, I tell you, just now I saw that cat. Oh my God. When you know it so well, the story, then you won't be thinking. But now you're thinking, so it kind of like slow down the presentation. It's not so smooth. Okay, emotional driving. I think you have more to tell. It's not because you're no good, but because you have more to tell. All right, and you have not finished within the 3 minutes, so I'm not able to feel you so much yet. But if I given the time, I think Tracy, you were able to get better job. Okay. Engaging, again, because it's not finished yet, I cannot feel your anchor of the story. Okay, so I'm not sure the end the cat got adopted, or the cat got rolled over the car, or the cat become the pet to someone. I'm not sure, but because of the time given too short, or you're exceeded the time, so we don't feel the anchor as such, not able to relate so well. Okay. But naturally you have a good voice. All right, so your voice control is there. And in fact, if I compare your facial expressions, obviously I will expect more, but then facial expression compare with the yesterday presentations, today more. In fact, your tonations today also more. All right, it's just that I can tell you consciously remind yourself, and it was done better earlier. But later, when you try to remember the story, the non-verbal become hilang already. Okay, so there will be this area that you need to take note.
Okay, thank you.
Still fail. Okay, fail means you got chance to pass. All right, yeah. Right now, Tracy, have you ever intoxicated by alcohol or drunk before? No, All right.
No.
Okay. One of the best actor is when someone drunk. Okay, so sometimes when you don't know how to dramatize the situations, okay, get some alcohol, and then you will become less conscious. Then you will go up there. Oh yeah, then someone will. All right, but the situation is the same, where you are not so much worried about yourself. You are already into the story. Okay. Well, that's how drunk people are. They don't care about their life anymore. They can run over the street anywhere they like. Okay. So thank you. So big hand to Tracy. Thank you so much. Okay. Awesome. That's already improvement. We move on to the next. Okay. Next, Tracy, pick the person next.
Jayanti.
Jayanti. Okay. Jayanti, which area do you take care?
I take care of words.
Words, huh? Okay. So the words I will pass to Fui Fui.
Okay.
Okay, when you do the Jayanti presentation, you take care of the words, language, and the grammar.
Wow. Okay. Words,
right.
language, and grammar. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So if you're ready, let me pin you. And your time start 3 minutes from now.
Two months ago, one morning, I was asleep. Suddenly, my husband calling me, Janti, 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 faster wake up, faster wake up. I was half asleep, like drunken like that. And I say, what happened, what happened, what happened? I start running to my back of the house. All my chickens were making noise. I have chickens, you see. So they were making a lot of noise. They were running aside. Then my husband said, look into the cage, look into the cage. Say, my God, my heartbeat start pounding. What is happened to my chicken, my big chicken? Rooster, I love that so much. Well, there was a python. And guess what? Oh my God.
my chicken, my rooster is gone. My tears start coming. I say, oh my God. But I see the python stomach, like this big. There was another female chicken there. It was standing down there. And this python was how long? Oh my God. It was about 10 feet or more. Then my husband said to me, look here, you don't go near. It can do anything, anytime. Stay far away. Quickly, my husband said to me, quickly call the bomber. Tell them, come quickly, quickly. And try to take the python away. After about 30 minutes, when the bomber people came, what happened? My neighbors, upon seeing the bomber, all came to my house. There were 4 of them. They just like that, they just went there, used the special stick, and they just dragged the python with the stomach so big to the front. And they said, wow, this one is the poisonous one, and it can attack anytime. Luckily for us, the chicken gave its life to save our life. Because I used to go at the back, my husband used to go at the back, my daughter used to go at the back to dry the clothes with the chicken. And that morning, it was the python at the chicken, and the chicken saved our lives. I asked the bomber, what are you going to do with this python? He put into the gunny sack and he bang it to make it calm it down. And he,
All right.
Even he took it.
All right, stop. 3 minutes is up.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me remove pin. So everybody put back to the gallery view. Okay, so now feedback, each of the area that you take care. Areas that you take care and anything that you find need her to take note, please share.
I want to share. At first, I really attracted by her, expression and her action, and then when like it's so kanjiong like that, and then she went to say, oh my God, and then suddenly, I got a chicken. And I thought I'm very it's really a big jump with my emotion, and I said, oh my chicken, and then I said, oh, my python. Like I'm being jumped up and down, and then and I'm supposed to be sad, or I'm supposed to be laughing, because I feel that way. That's the thing. I think the language that the words that you continue with your language that I pick up, that I can learn from you, is you start your word with well. That is the thing, and then another thing, like the inspire me is the chicken gave up its life to save our life. I think that is a very good one that I remember. That is really, for me, I think it's oh wow, this chicken very, very noble. Yeah. And you say oh my God many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my feedback for you. Thank you.
Okay. Next, anyone else? Areas that you take note and you want Jayanti to specifically aware about? Okay, if it's not other, I move on. Okay, let me move on. This is my evaluations to Jayanti. So Jayanti, in terms of showmanship, okay, was very good. All right, you got it into the story. Okay, and the right, the emotional. All right, you drive. Okay, the emotional is good. Right, a little bit more will be good. All right, a little bit more. Oh my chicken. I
Okay,
love that chicken. So a little bit more exaggerate on the certain parts will be good. Okay, but overall it has been so much better. Relate. I already give you here fair, and frankly, it's already good. Okay, but time is short, so it's given more time. I think you were able to relate more and come up with the anchor. Okay, like what Fui Fui mentions, you say that the chicken save your the chicken save your life. You know that is anchoring, but I do not know the ending. All right, so if more time we were able to express lah, you know, so the engaging and relate, then you will need more time. In terms of filler words, I would say you are quite perfect. Even yesterday you did very well on filler words, you know, because language you are quite powerful, so that is definitely your advantage. So in terms of donation, I love it very much. You don't scared to express, you are brave to express, you know, that is good about you. And to be very frank, not only that, Jayanti, to be very frank, not only in public speaking, if you look at her as person per se, there are many areas that she's actually very there and actively involved, because I also know you're in one of the trainer groups, and then you are also actively participate. So and I like that good attitude, you know, so because you are brave and you are open in learning as such, your whole presentations, you know, bring that character out in you. Okay, so definitely this is a pass. Okay, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations. We go to the next person.
Awesome,
So Jayanti,
awesome.
please pick one.
Sorry, Annie.
I'll pick. Let me pick payment.
All right, pay one. Ready? 3, 2, pay one. You don't mind your screen go down a bit because now we need to see your hand gesture. Kalau tajak nanti your gesture got 0 mark, you know. Okay, ready? Okay, now better. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Showtime.
Okay, on the first day of my job, right, I got stressed because I work in the lab. So I had to learn how to take the blood from the vessel, which I never learned before. And I was scared because that's blood. Okay. And I remember on the first day itself, I really can see because people pay money to do the blood test, right? So impossible they want to get the suffer. And so on the first day, I didn't touch, I only keep the collection of the blood and keep into the plastic and I seal it. That's all. That's what I do on that day, on the first day itself. So afterward, when I back home on the day, I start to realize there's a lot of red dots on my palm. There's around 6 p.m. I check, hey, there's a lot of red dot. What happened to me? Because in lab, we tend to believe there's a lot of bacteria and there's a lot of patients. We never know how is their condition. We never know their things also. So on the day I scared. Okay, at night around 8 something, I check again. I got all over my palm and hands and arms, but body no red dots. And then I start to scared. What happened to me? Am I get any sickness or what? Which I never know. And then I start to search Google. Red dot on palm and hand. What is it? What happened? And I start to ask around, what is this? Why my hand like this? And then on that night, I start crying myself. Why I'm so young? I don't want to die. With what happened to myself? I only start my job on the first day. If possible, I have to get the sick leave because on the first day, we have to be the better serve ourselves, and then it's our performance. Impossible. I want to get my job gone like this, and what happened to myself? Then I start to crying all the night, and I cannot sleep. And then the next morning, early of the morning, I wake up and see myself it's still same, but my body start to have some red dots here and there. And then I start to scare. What happened? Or am I getting any? Am I got the cancer? Then after I bath and everything, I go out and see the doctor. And in that moment, my heart is like, oh my God, what happened? Or what's wrong with me?
All right, stop. Okay, thank you, Paywan. Thank you so much. Okay, so everybody, please give your feedback, areas that you want her to take note. Remember the area that you are assigned with, okay?
The words are good, clear, good expression.
Hey. Next.
Maybe English is not her first language, so a lot of verbs, a lot of words that didn't come out. Yeah, and maybe more words, like words, and you can describe the feeling. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it would be good.
Okay, any more? Right, anyone take care of the filler words?
I heard about
unmute
and then.
Okay, yep, as a bit of filler words. Okay, right, so this is my evaluation for you. So let me just share quickly here. Oops, can you see? Did I share the right thing? Okay, so Payment, in terms of showmanships, okay, much better than yesterday already, all right? Emotional driving, I think it can be better, but you have quite an interesting story. You have quite an interesting story. So if you're able to act more, be more traumatized, okay, or dramatize, okay, put more in acting into your story. You know, for example, when you see the red dot, you ask yourself, am I going to die? You know, that can be the highlight, you know. So but you didn't emphasize, it was there already, but a little bit more, you know, a little bit more, like you can just pause and look at the sky. Am I going to die? I'm young. Am I going to die? It can be just like that. So that can be the anchor. Okay. But time is short to you, so not able to relate very well yet because it didn't come to the conclusions, right? So filler words, a bit here and there. So I like your story. Actually, this story can carry something interesting, especially if it's about your disease, about your first day of work, and then it affecting your life. Now, facial expressions, I know I will expect more, but compared with yesterday, this has been already improved. Your smiling face has reduced. Yeah, your smiling face has reduced. There are some varieties of happy and unhappy that can seem more drastic already. Okay, so tone-wise, play a little bit more. All right, a little bit more. Maybe like what Kui say, it's not your first language. Okay, it's not your first language. But you can do a bit more. All right. In terms of English, also can do a bit more. I will still give you a fail. So you got to work slightly harder. Is that okay? All right, good try. Okay, Paywan, pick the next person, please.
Miss Rajesh.
All right, you guys remember you have 3 minutes, so don't exceed the minutes or else we don't get a message, then we don't feel the anchor of the whole story. Okay, Rajesh, if you ready, you may start now.
When I was a little child, I had a lot of desire
even though I was a little kid, there are a lot of things I do not know, but I had this little thing within me that I want to excel in my education. I always wanted to go to university. So I did put a lot of effort. I did put a lot of time to study. And I was the only one in my house among the 5 siblings that I have a habit of getting up 5 o'clock in the morning and study. I always had the habit. And because we stayed in a very, very small house, and our room, our kitchen, and our hall is all together. Our room was just next to the hall, and our hall is just next to the kitchen. As you enter the entrance of the house, you could actually see everything. That was how small it is. And I come from a family of 5 girls, right? All my siblings are sisters. So I'm in the middle. I've got 2 older sisters and a 2 younger sisters. We went to the same school. We studied in the same school actually, and we walked to the school. We always walked to the school together, because when I was in the primary, my elder 2 sisters will walk with me, and when my younger sisters were in school, I walked with them. So because we have age gap. So my dad was the only breadwinner, and he was the most hardworking man that I ever known in my life. The most hardworking, because he's one person that works to bring in revenue to the home. And those days, when you get your salary, it's in an envelope. My father is from Kereta Api Tanah Melayu, KTM, yeah. So railways, and he was a welder. So welder means they literally do the train lines to make sure that the train can go smoothly. They repair if there's a damages, and they make sure everything is constructed so that there's no fall in between. So my father was literally started as a junior welder, then became a senior welder. Then he became the head of the welding department, right? No education background, all right? But he always wanted us to study. Now, I had very little intelligence, okay? Now, when I was in the school, even though I put a lot of effort, I find that I cannot cope up. I cannot cope. I was not fluent in studying. I have this little fear, even though I have big desire. The little fear will hold me back. And that year, I was actually studying and preparing myself for Sijil Rendah Pelajaran, all right? It's called SRP. I was working very hard because I want to score good grades. And my father is the only one who gets up very early in the morning to go to work. He will always see me sitting at the corner of the table and studying, right? And my father said, study hard, that's it. And I was preparing, and the exam came. I finished the exam, and then my father told me that morning, I was telling my father, Papa, my results is coming. I'm going to the school. And my father said, okay, I'm working today. When you are coming back from school, are you taking the Srijaya bus? I said, yeah, Pa, I'm coming back by the bus. I was so confident that I will do well. All right. Well means I'm hoping for those days is
All right, time's up. Okay. Time's up. Okay, everyone, let's give feedback to Rajesh.
Rajesh, I like your story. I like the way you present.
I also want to know what happened.
Yeah.
I want to know how many grades you get.
Yeah. You
the
leave us
climax is
know
after
the climate. But I do find some filler words in your presentation. And no, the and no. So you tend to have that. Other than that, it's
Thank you, darling.
All right. Hey, any more?
Her facial expression was like, can feel the emotion, the story, the excitement, and so she was good.
I was about to cry when I want to finish the story. That's how emotion it was.
Right. Any more? Any more? Any more? Any more feedback? Okay. Rina, Fujin, what do y'all take care? Any more? Do you take note on her?
Okay. The tonation is very good. It's full of assignment. I can hear just now. And it makes me want to know more about the story. And the speech also, when she said, it's like very excited. So that is all the way. That's why when you say stop, I say, alamak, sudah finish already.
Okay, so that is the best thing of telling the story where people still don't want you to stop, right? Now, tell lah, got some more, continue. Right, okay, let's move on. Here is a bit of my my feedback on Rajesh. Okay, on overall, Rajesh, your showmanship was very good, all right? Very comfortable, and I find your facial expressions are not only just good, but very natural. I don't feel you exaggerate, okay? It just very comfortable. You express the feeling, the words, and how do you feel about the incident? All right, so I feel it very comfortable. The showmanship here, the body movement a little bit heavy. If I look at you on the virtual screen, you are in out. Okay, so it's good to be sometimes firm at a certain parts, and when you want the attentions or you want to emphasize on certain part, move on, then come back. You know, but if you keep moving, sometimes it's not easy to emphasize because all the while you're moving already. So how to emphasize? Takkan nak want to jump out from the stage, right? So since you're already keep moving, so to emphasize, you either have to do a lot more, then it can be too dramatic. Yeah, so sometimes it's learn to be a little bit still, especially when you say something something down or something not so happy or sad moment. Right, engaging the story is I would say I'm not sure this if we're talking about storyline, I think Pei Wen's story is a lot more interesting. Okay, but Rajesh make the story interesting. The story itself may not be something so great yet, but then she make the story like, I want to know what's next. You know, so that is the beauty of a person who can tell a good story. Okay, and able to relate. And I like the way you relate is because you are very humble in the sense that if you realize Rajesh sharing, or even herself knowing her, she never worried about people know her, and she's very open and she's very humble. All right, what she has, she tell you she have, and what she don't, she literally tell her she don't. So people like that, you will find it's easy to connect because there's nothing they hide. Once they open the door, you can get in easily, you know. But if some people, they don't tell so much about themselves, they have a curtain there, you are peeping, you're not sure whether should you or should not go in. But for Raj's style, her character itself is like that. She's humble, she's very open, she's basically, she has nothing to hide. So in her storytelling, her presentation, she's also humble. She said, I'm not smart, from a poor family, my dad has no educations, you know. So things like that, people will feel like, hey, not looking down on her, but the fact is, everyone has a story, you know, but we feel like, oh, she's humble, she's open, she's real, she's just so truly herself, you know. So that is how people connect to the real person who are not acting. Okay, a bit of mixing of word here, don't mind, sorry. You need to slow down a bit, not all, because a natural speech itself is fast, so you can't slow down all, but there's certain parts of the presentation you may want to slow down. Okay, so learn to pause and slow down. If you really can't slow down, pause. Now, pause. You see the moment of pause, suddenly Tracy was on something, she will look at camera. Because once you pause, people were like, hey, no sound, what happened? Let go, internet down, hey, event over, tea break, lunch, what happened? So the pause is important. Okay, so learn a bit about a pause as well as a slow down in part of the presentation to emphasize. Okay, so overall, obviously, this is a big pass lah. Congrats.
Jenny. Thank you, Saya.
Right, awesome. Right, so congratulations, and please pick the next person, please.
I like to invite Miss Teo. Yay.
Okay, so Miss Teo say, 放马过来. Okay, let go the horse.
Yeah, actually, I haven't made up my mind what to share. But anyway, okay, let's start my story. Serving with,
if you're ready, pin her, and you may start now.
Okay. Serving together with my husband as cell leader opened up my eyes to see a lot of people's life, and sometimes we get involved with our cell members' life, right? So particularly, I have these few experiences that really impact me so much, and it really give me a wake-up call. Sometimes not necessarily things happen to you that you learn, but you can learn from other people's experience, right? I remember this, there was a few years back. Suddenly we received a call. My husband and myself asked us to go to hospital to pray for this young boy. So without hesitating, my husband and I, we went to UH to pray for this boy. Actually, he is not very young. He's in his early 30. When we went into the ICU, our heart really sank, and the tears just, I couldn't stop the tear. It just flowed to my eyes, I saw a young boy who is full of future and has such a good future ahead of him, now is laying down in the ICU, not conscious, all the pipes connected to his body, and the doctor have to sedate him, and then after praying, and we came out to the waiting room, and we were introduced to the parents, and the father in the crutch walking, and to greet us, to meet us, and to thank us, to came all the way to pray for his son. You know what happened to this boy? He was born in a very, very rich family in Ipoh. The firstborn of the family, right? And the problem is the parenting. The parenting screw up this boy. The grandma, being the old generation, and pampered this boy, everything, whatever he wants is a yes. Regardless of right or wrong, is a yes. And mother in between started, the mother is a honky lah, married to this family in Ipoh, so-called a very rich family. And the mother somehow manipulate the son and could be using the son to get something that she wants. And the father, being the head of the family, trying to be the detector, like control the son. So growing up, this boy growing up, the boy growing in the environment, he was confused. He couldn't differentiate what is right, what is wrong, and whatever he wants, he will get his way out. He will approach who? The grandmother. At a very young age, he has this impulsive behavior. One day, when he was angry, when he couldn't control his emotion, when the father tried to stop him, you know what he did? He will drink 5 big bottles of Coke. He will just finish that, right?
All
And
right, thank you. Okay, okay. The rest of the people, don't ask me why I stopped and what happened after the Coke, okay?
3 minutes, too long, too short for me. Alamak. Chang, chang.
Now you all learn, you all have exceeded 3 minutes because of this is a storytelling, okay? So your beginning, you may want to go straight into the story. Right, so feedback to Tio, please.
Her facial expression was really good. I mean, she was showing the emotion based on the story. So it makes you want to listen to it, yeah.
Okay, any more?
Words she used was good, so that I stayed on wanting to find out what's next, what happened, why this boy is in ICU.
What happened after the cock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still later,
What
please
happened?
tell me what happened,
What is the result? What happened to the red dots? So that is where it hang on suspend. The feeling. The more you suspend, the better for it storytelling teller you are. Right. Any filler words by Theo?
No.
No. Okay. Any more feedback, please? Any more feedback? Okay, right. Let me take a look of mine here. Okay, so this is my evaluations to Teo. All right, I think showmanship is there. Teo naturally is not a very high volume. That means when she speaks, naturally her voice is softer. Okay, but she has added improve in a sense is that she play with the tonation. All right, she has high pitch and low pitch in her presentations. You know, she has also used the feeling of that. I wonder what happened to the boy. You know, so that is pitching. That is how she play with the pitch, high pitch and low pitch. But she didn't play with the volume because volume is her disadvantage, her weakness. I'm not sure what happened if she shout. Desmond and Derek did Mama shout in the house?
Oh, you guys don't
Huh?
want to know. You guys don't want to know.
Okay, don't want to know. Okay, better don't know. Keep the impression that way.
Not
You got
not good.
awesome children. All right. So the volume to me is not her advantage, but she actually realized it and she actually played with a donation, and that was really awesome, and that makes advantage to the story. And because you're playing with the emotions, you know how you saw the boy and the tips in the boy when you saw him in the hospital, that create the emotions. Okay, I think the story it relates well about the good heart. Another thing is when you tell a story and that story relate that you have done a good deed, you have done a good job, a good work, some good intentions to either yourself, to the community, to people around you. Yeah, as long as it's come from a good, people connect with you better. Yeah, for example, if I say I went to the supermarket, you know, I tried to steal a chewing gum. My intention was bad, but the story I told is good. But the story I told that I am a thief. Okay, by doing that, the connection not so good because it reflects the bad value of me. But if you realize Peg Yim's story, she is reflecting her good self and her husband helping the community, her church community, you know, and doing the prayers and traveling from home to hospital. But these reflections give the plus point. She wasn't in the intentions to sell herself, but the story gave the plus point of she did something well. So this is the part that you don't hear from, I don't mind, I just compare. Don't hear from Paywan, don't hear from Jayanti, don't feel yet from Rajesh, okay? Because it wasn't something they show that they are doing good thing. They are just telling a story, okay? So there is a plus point here, okay? But I think it's not, I believe it's not Peg Yim intention. It just naturally in her story about herself, it reflects her value, and it actually added point in you know, people buy in, especially Asian, they buy in this kind of thing. All right, so areas of improvement are still, I would say, areas of improvements is that you must learn how to pause, and then sometimes need to speed up some parts of it and turn your volume louder in some part of the presentation. Okay, you can get more emotional when you express, when you see the boy. You know, you can add more expressions. How's the condition? Then you the set more emotions. Then you can actually add another part is that how the parents and the family spoil this child, you know, and or when the boy show the tantrum, you know, you can add, make it more exaggerate. So these are the highlight of your story. But it wasn't you told it, but you didn't show so much. It was there, but you didn't show so much, but you told it. But if you can show, will be better. Okay, so definitely this time a pass. Awesome. Congrats. Right. So next, please choose the next person. Please begin.
I choose Kalai.
All right, Kalai. Okay, everybody, let's pin Kalai. When we have one presenter, we will pin the person and subsequently we go back to gallery view. Yeah. All right. So Kalai, 3 minutes start now.
I quit my job because of a health reason. But when my husband decided to quit his job as well and decided that we should move to Malacca in order for us to start a less stressful lifestyle, because we were both in corporate and it was a very stressful lifestyle. And 2 years being married, we couldn't have any children. At that time, we were going for treatment and all. So the doctor also advised us to, lead a lesser stressful lifestyle. So I thought, okay, moving to a smaller town, it's going to help us conceive and all. And yes, it did. 2015, I conceived my son. But giving up a corporate job means you give up your salary, your high salary. So, but then when I asked my husband, how are we going to handle your high commitment? Because your commitments are very high. We've done property investment and everything. He said, don't worry. At any time, we can just sell any one of our houses and we can manage our expenses and all. So I thought, all right, fine. So we moved to Malacca. We went for our vacation and all. So that's when we did our Egypt trip. And yes, it was really nice doing the cruise and all. So we had our own Titanic scene on the boat, on the ship. When we were on the cruise, it was really nice. It was really romantic. And we came back. Everything was still okay. So we were still handling the business. And then the business started to drop. When the business started to drop, it's when it really hit my husband. I mean, the expectation versus reality, when we had to start paying the bills and commitments started piling up. Every month, we were already eating out of our savings. And my husband started to panic at this stage. So I asked him, are you sure we can manage this? He said, don't worry about it. I've got it. So I said, all right, fine. He's the man of the family, So I said, he's going to take care of me. Everything is going to be okay. So I just stayed focused on the business. And what I didn't realize is just that in the beginning of our marriage, we never spoke to each other about finances because he felt that he handled things better. So I didn't have property investment and all this thing like him. So I didn't actually get involved so much. But when he started disappearing, like for example, he would take the laptop and go and stay in closed room, and I'll open the door, so like, what are you up to? And he'd be like, no, nothing. I'm just checking on something. I'm just checking my mail. I said, okay, are you sure everything is okay? He said, everything is okay. Don't worry. Okay, maybe at that time I was pregnant and he didn't want to worry me, but I was just thinking, okay, something is just not right. You see, because you will have that being a woman, we will have that sixth sense, like, okay, something is happening here, And so one fine early morning, about 2 to 3 in the morning, I felt my husband jumped out of the bed, and I can hear him running about everywhere. Then I was like, okay, what's going on? Maybe he's just having stomach upset. So I got up and I said, are you all right? He said, no, I'm fine. I'm just going downstairs for a while. So I thought he's just going to get a glass of water or something. And then,
Thank you. Okay.
How fast time flies.
All right. So now you suspend of taking the water.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go back to gallery view. Okay, gallery view. Okay, come, everyone.
Listening to story is so much interesting. That one Sudhiri continue.
Okay, feedback to Kalai.
Her facial expression was so good. She had a constant eye contact. She had a very beautiful smile in between when she was talking. When that little smile, and then when the story was relating much on emotion, smile is much lesser. So that part of it I noticed about her presentation, and I'm definitely interested to know what happened after that.
Right. Next person, feedback. Any filler words?
A lot.
Who is that? Tracy.
I find that there's no filler words, and her words are very smooth.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Someone else?
Yeah.
Any more you take note? Okay, Desmond.
So Kalai, right? I love the story. I absolutely love the story. But I think you speak a bit fast lah. That's why need maybe a bit of pauses in between like that.
Okay, right, awesome. So let me just share the screen here. Okay, Kalai presentations. I think showmanships are up to 7, right? Could have done better. The downside wasn't expressed so much. I'm not sure, maybe you are happy, maybe you're excited, okay? But your story has more downside that you're going to talk about. You're giving, you're pregnant, you're changing to the new environment, then your financial situations, then your husband with the, commitment. It's more down part of your story, but it wasn't expressed so much. So I think you can express the positive side better, but the downside wasn't so good. You still slightly smile or kind of neutral when you talk about your husband running around. Okay, so as such, emotion was just okay. It's 6 out of 7. Could have done better, right? Engaging. I like the story because your language is powerful. So using the words to express the feeling when we listen, there's no hiccup. It was just smooth. So that is your advantage. All right. Relate here. There's some story, but because time is short, we don't know the anchor yet. So it kind of suspend. All right. Filler words, there's not really much. I don't hear filler words. So it sounds smooth. Language is an advantage, So I would say, Kalai, you should give yourself to be on the stage as much as you can. Yeah, you will shine, So just polish part of the skill here and there. I would say you will do really well. All right. And because you're gifted with that language. All right. And your articulation is good. I suppose to put here, your articulations, your pronunciations was very smooth, and listening to it, tak pelik, no weird accent or pelik, sounds like that. So it sounds really smooth, comfortable. So we're able to got into your story, just that you need to drive us on the emotion. Facial expressions, I like it. I feel that it's there, but the downside, the sad and the upset part was not enough. All right. For example, you say that you find something is not right with the husband, but there is still a slightly smile on the face. Okay. So maybe you're excited at the moment. Okay. And then need to also slow down and pause a bit. Okay. Right. Okay. So overall, this is a pass. Congrats.
Thank you.
Okay, next. Pick a next person, please, Kalai.
Okay, let's hear Fui Jian.
Fui Jian. Ready, let's pin Fui Jian to speaker view. Okay, Fui Jian, ready.
Okay, you can listen to me. Okay.
Sorry, Fui Jian, if you don't mind, your mic go down a bit. Sorry, your camera. So we can see your, at least up to your chest level. Then there is, can see your hand movement. Like that. Okay. A bit more.
Yeah. Like this. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Business.
Okay, you may start now.
Few years back to my journey in chef, I still remember for the first time when my confirmation is being approved. So I'm confirmed be a staff. So the day when I go to work, I'm so happy, so excited, because already confirmed. So when I walk inside to the kitchen, then I saw my senior chef. He asked me, why you late, huh? I look at my watch. I work in 12:30. I came in 12. I'm late. So I just ignore. So I just go back to my workstation. So I start to work. Then I'm so curious. Then I keep thinking, why? I come early 30 minutes during my working shift. Why I'm considered late? I really don't know what he tried to telling me, So I just like feel sad at the moment because a lot of people already been there, already start working. The operation start at 12. But my shift for my timetable is 12:30. So I just think it's okay, just ignore. After that, I would think that for the moral of the story, I feel that how can this person emotional blackmail me? So I think that after that, if for future I'm to my staff and the people who work with me. Oh, I finished already.
Okay, finish then finish lah. Okay. All right, okay, finish. 1 minute 49 seconds. Okay, let's put back to the gallery view. Okay. Okay, let's feed back to Fui Jen, please.
Her facial expression is very good. I mean, she can express the emotions involved in the story very well.
I find that Fui Jen is very cute when she is telling story.
Cute. Okay, nice
I
word.
like her ending. Her ending is I finish already.
She just
Okay.
have a very
Anyone get the moral of the story?
I think
Moral of
it's
the story is
she said, oh, sorry.
no,
Derek,
go ahead. No worries. No, I mean, okay, to me, the moral of the story is leave your toxic workplace.
To what? Sorry?
Leave your toxic workplace. If your superiors are like that, oh my gosh. Yeah, just go. It's not worth it.
Okay, next. How many of you feel the story ended already? Or waiting for more?
Waiting for
We
more.
want
Waiting for
Waiting
more.
Waiting for
Okay.
more.
Waiting for
No,
more.
we wanted more.
I know all of you want more, but let me ask Fujian. Fujian, is that your intentions to end it this way?
Because I worry it's like too long. Later being stop, I think I cannot accept like, stop. I think I will feel like, oh, cannot. So I stop first. I make it short.
Okay. Okay, all right. Any filler words?
No filler words.
No filler words. Okay, awesome. Right, some more?
Can I comment something? Actually, I like the way Fujian talk. She actually bring herself into the character when she present, which I really admire a lot.
All right, okay. Let me just share the screen here. Okay, so this is a Fujian evaluations. Okay, so in terms of showmanship, she is there. I think she is just herself. No hiding. If you see her yesterday and today, all the time she's just her. All right. And that is so awesome about a speaker. They don't really worry about others, how they see them, because they're just already there, already just themselves. So no need to act extra because themselves is like that. So it make me feel you're very natural. And even that you are maybe putting the show up there, but I still feel you are very natural. So this is very good. You're able to drive the emotion. One thing is because I would say your volume and your facial expressions is there, and you're able to drive the emotion. One part of it is because I think among many of us, you are one of them that very good in learn to pause at the right time. You pause at the not you learn, you actually pause at the right time. Okay, so each time when you pause, that allow us to either sink in with the idea, or we want more, or we quickly reflect back your your story, your presentation. So that pausing part was very wonderful. It comes from you and very natural. All right. I'm not sure naturally you talk like that, where you talk, you pause, pause, pause. But yesterday and today, I realized in presentation wise, you pause at the right time, and I like it better. I like it this way. The time is short, so engaging and relate not so much yet. Then filler words, just like yesterday, you actually don't have much of filler words. Okay, so keep it that way. Very good. All right. So one area is you have a natural good voice. Your voice is actually quite thick. People with a thick voice, you see, people with a thick voice naturally has this. They are more authoritative. People with a thick voice and dim voice, they are more authoritative in the voice, not the persons. Okay, so when they talk, people tend to listen to voice like this, compare with high pitch voice. Hey, thanks for coming to my event. It's so nice to see all of you. High pitch voice, it sounds more irritating. All right. Generally, I'm just saying generally. Okay. So you have a good voice, thick, and is authoritative. Chances is when you pick up the mic, you talk, people will say, wow, who is talking? All right. But Fujian need to play with the pitch. So all the time in storytelling, it is all the time very loud. Oh, sorry, all the time very thick, calm, rough voice. You will not drive emotions so much. So you must have that pitch, 高音, 低音, high pitch, low pitch, play with that. All right. So overall, this is good and it is a good pass. Congratulations. Okay. Okay, next person, please. Okay, Fujian, pick one.
Rina?
All right, Rina. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just pin Rina here. And speaker view, please. All right, Rina, you may start now.
Okay. Yeah. I want to tell you what happened to me. This was happened in the past few years back. Okay, every weekend I always went to do some groceries, to shop for groceries. So one fine day, as usual, I get ready and then I start my car and then I straight away go to Giant. So then after I park my car, when I walk to the Giant, then I saw people keep on staring at me. One kind of look staring at me, and then there's the kids that actually giggling, and then there's some of the kids saying, "Mama, mama, mama, look at her, look at her." So I just ignore. Yes, my intention is I just want to go straight, buy something, and withdraw some money. So then, when I saw the ATM, it's not many people, so I stopped at the ATM first. So I take out my wallet and want to start withdrawing some money. So when I started to press all the button, the password, and then suddenly it said that access denied. So I start panicking already. I did my PIN number correct? I start on thinking, I believe it is correct. So I try again. So it's already twice. And it doesn't allow me to. Then I already panicked. I said, if I try the third times, then it will swallow the card. So I said, cannot be. So I already start panicking. So I look left and look right. Okay, I think I should go back to my car and I should stay calm first. So what I do, I quickly walked to my car. I wanted to go back to my car. So I took out my key, my car key, and then after that I pressed my button. And then coincidentally my car was a white color car. It's might be white color. So there's a few cars there. So I pressed my button and then I went straight away to the car. And I tried to pull the car, knock the car, pulled it, and then it did not open. And I was so panicked. Oh my God, what happened? Why the car cannot open? I already heard the button that it is sound that is open, and it cannot open. I said, I wonder what is really happening to me today. So, and then suddenly there's one family came to me, excuse me, what are you trying to do with my car? I said, this is my car. I said, no, this is my car. The person said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. This is your car. I thought this is my car. It is like the same color, white color. So I feel that it is not really satisfied because he claimed that his car. So what I do, I go to the plate number. Go to the plate number. I'm so shy. Go to the plate number and then I took a look at the plate number, and to my surprise, yeah, the plate number is not belong to me. The car is not belong to me. And as I apologize to the person, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was my mistake. And then after that, my car is actually beside two more cars from that fellow car. So I walk slowly, and then I managed to go inside my car, and I sit down, and then I wondering what is really happening to me. And then I look at myself. Oh my dear goodness! You know what happened actually? I wear a clothes upside down, and I don't know. I bring another card, which is the different. I have two cards, which is the IDM card, debit
All
card.
right, stop. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we are up for 3 minutes. All right, so feedback to Rina, please. Come, everyone, help Rina to improve.
Well, I felt the pacing was quite fast, so there were some parts where I could have slowed down to emphasize. Other than that, it was, I mean, the story was interesting. Yeah, it was quite very lighthearted.
Her facial expression was good. I mean, she was able to express the emotions, and it was cute the way she was also shy to relate this story to us, but yeah, it was really nice.
So almost robbed, huh?
Right, any filler words?
No filler words.
Is it the I? Is it a filler words for that? Because when she's thinking, she's in I, something like that. Is that a filler word?
Is there a filler word to you?
No, I'm asking, Ma. I don't know, Ma.
Okay. Right. If she meant to express I, then not a filler word. But if she I, that is definitely a filler words. All right. Okay. Any more feedback? Okay. What about the gesture? Anyone? Who take care of the gesture? Okay. Who take care of the volume?
Me. I find her, Annie. She has this excitement, and facial expression was, for me, it was good. She had this constant, beautiful smile on her face, and she also has a little bit of that panic thing, but not too much. When she was actually panicked, she didn't express the panicness in the face. She was still having that smile. And she also has one more thing with the movement of her hands, quite constant. That's the two things that I noticed about her. Three things actually.
Right. Okay. Right. Let's move on. My feedback to Rina. Okay, Rina, this is your presentations. Your showmanships, I would say you put in extra effort as compared with yesterday. There are a few things that thought you actually put it in the presentations, and I really appreciate that. And I like this kind of attitude. That give a lot more showmanships. You know, you say move left and right, seeing things, and your eyes open wide and close. You know, so that make the whole presentations a lot more varieties and interesting. Emotional, not so much, to be very frank. In fact, this is supposed to be a funny things, right? A humorous thing. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. Okay. But I want to tell you the first part when you say you got to the wrong car. I actually saw everyone, majority not smiling. The second part when you say you wear the baju upside down, more people smiling.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why are you telling a joke and not people smiling? Okay. So you don't drive the emotion enough. All right. So I know that we know humorous is one of the best way to connect, but telling a joke when people don't smile, oh, why are you all not smiling? I'm telling a joke. Okay. I mean, I experience it sometimes, and I ask them and say, "Hello, it's supposed to be a joke, leh." You know, they laugh, pretend lah. So here, why are you not smiling? Why are they not smiling? My observation, I may not be right, Rina. I feel like it is enough. Sometimes it's good to say just enough. Saying too much, like you telling people, you're supposed to smile, you're supposed to laugh, you're supposed to act that way. So it's enough, say some words that enough for people to have the freedom to express themselves. For example, you say when you got the wrong car, you know, and people come to you and says that here, there's someone stop, you know, you and ask, excuse me, what are you doing in my car? You know, in fact, if you ask me, people will know by just end there. People know that you have got to the wrong car already. So you don't have to further explain and say that, oh, I got to the wrong car and I walked to the car and see the plate number, you know. So people know that story at that point is enough to tell that you got to the wrong car. So no need to say, no need to express further, no need to tell. But you should show them and say, somebody come to you and says that, and ask you, excuse me, what are you doing in my car? Then you can just look at the audience. I guess you know what happened to me. Enough. No need to say, I got to the wrong car, wrong plate number, all those things. Yeah, let them have the freedom to imagine what happened to you at that time. So I would say saying less sometimes is good, or saying just enough is good. Okay. So that is why I think driving on the emotions, not so much to me. Okay. Engaging, the story is good. Okay, interesting because it's an experience. Okay, but the front part of you get out to the car and they see you and to the ATM, I think that part boleh kurangkan sikit. Okay, boleh kurangkan sikit. Right. Filler words is not much. Okay, because I think your language is quite good. Okay, so which is awesome, and that is a plus point to you. Now, you have also a very natural good in articulations, and you can pitch quite well.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can pitch quite well. Your voice variations up and down a lot more. Yeah, so compared to many in the class, so that is a plus point. Okay, so for example, if you say this is my what did I say? Is my pin number or something like that. So when you raise that questions, you actually raise your pitch. You know, so I like it that way. Facial expressions is good. There are more facial expression than before. When you see left and right, when people look at you, you know, again, facial expressions on the downside, not enough. Because naturally, if you look at Rina now, just look at Rina now, she has a natural smiley face. Okay, so if you have a smiley face, you no need to tell so much of smile. People will feel good about yourself. So, but you need to put extra effort to make people feel sad, angry, uncomfortable. So learn by looking at the mirror. Yeah, show yourself when your client complains and says that, Rina, why is the fund performed like that? Look yourself into the mirror and express the feeling of maybe doubt. You know, you don't need to ask your client, for example, and say, what do you mean? You know, have that facial expression, doubt, angry, unsatisfied, upset, sad. Practice the downside, because you are just so kind person. Your expression are more on upside. So when it comes to storytelling, it becomes less advantage. Okay, so for this, lagi fail one time, so kena cuba lagi. Boleh?
Boleh. Thank you.
All right, so Rina, next person, please.
Derek.
Okay.
All
Yep.
right. So let's pin Derek here and speaker view. Okay, so Derek, ready? 3, 2, 1. You may start now.
Right. So this is an interesting experience when I was studying in Melbourne. So my mom does not know this, but I went to a concert in Melbourne actually, and it wasn't just any concert; it was a metal band concert. So because my friend was into this band, and I knew enough about the band to consider going to the concert, and she needed a friend, so and the price was just right. So I figured why not? You know, I've never been to one, and it's not as expensive as a Blackpink concert. Just putting it out there. So we went to the place. We checked in everything. We got our seats. We were in the mosh pit. We're not that kind of people. So right before the show started, this white girl just came up to us for some reason. She was afterwards I found out she was drunk. But at the time I didn't know because you have to understand. I am not someone who drinks, so I do not know when someone is actually drunk. And she carried herself quite well as well. So the first thing she said to me was, "Ni ma hao," and my face just went kind of black. Actually, I was like, "Are you insulting me?" So I just told her, I can speak in English just fine, thank you. And she was just like, no, 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 no. Let me practice my Mandarin. And then, but after she said that, she just said konnichiwa. And I was like, sorry, ma'am, that wasn't Chinese. So I kind of educated her, but I talked to her as if I was talking to a normal person. And my friend was just staring at me, talking to this person normally. And the concert staff, they were already like right beside her, ready to assist me. But I didn't know why they were all gathering there. I was just talking to her very normally. And it turned from her butchering, I know her Mandarin and Japanese, to a complimenting battle. Because she thought we were going as a couple, and then we had to say, no, we are not. There's nothing like that. And she was just like, no, but you all look so good together. You know, I look myself in the mirror every day and I hate myself. And then we were just like, no, don't hate yourself, please. You look really, really fine. And but she just replied with, but see, this is what I mean. Asians are so polite. This is why I watch it, all the anime that all the anime that I consume every day, and we were like, actually, that's not a really good medium to watch, but sure. But at the end, she went off to bother someone else. The concert staff gave her a bottle of water, and then after she left, my friend asked me, did you know that she was drunk? I was like, I did not know, and the concert staff were also checking on me to see whether.
All right,
I was okay.
stop. Hey, okay, stop. Thank you. Okay, everyone, let's give a feedback to Derek.
Now I know. Churi go concert. Some more heavy metal. Terbongkar.
Some more the girl say hello to you.
Yeah.
Can I give feedback?
Yeah.
Very interesting story, but there are I find that there are quite a number of filler words to use. So and
Okay.
The so and quite a number of it. That's all.
Right? More?
The words were good. Very
Right.
easy to understand. Simple, to the point.
Right? Those who take note of the gesture. How's the gesture?
I saw 3 things about him. One thing is he has this constant movement on his eyes, basically looking up and down, which is so cute. I think it was attractive in the way that he attracts the audience. He had this constant beautiful smile naturally, and he had a little bit of very little movement on his hand, but he was I find him attractive. I find him attractive with the little thing that he does. I want to look at him more.
Right.
I am starting to blush.
Yeah, I can see that.
Who take care of the facial expressions? Okay, feedback.
Facial expression wise, in the beginning was okay, and then as the story progressed, I didn't see much changes to his facial expression. So, but he maintained the cuteness lah. I mean, because it was like a cute story, so he maintained that cuteness. I mean, that was there, but the other expressions were not so much there. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Derek must say thank you, Auntie. Okay, another auntie want to give you feedback. Okay. Okay, this is my feedback to you, Derek. Okay. Showmanships are 6 out of 10. All right. You put in an effort, okay, telling the story and involving this drunken girl came to you. I would say a little bit extra that you can do because your story involved a drunken girl. Yeah. People like Tracy never got drunk before, so she don't know how a drunken person react. As such, you should use dialogue. Act yourself like the drunken girl, how she approached you. Okay, so you may not need to tell how she approached you, but you show the audience how she talked to you and how she said, "Konnichiwa." So now you tell us she is drunken, but you may want to show us she's drunk. You know, like she came to you, "Konnichiwa."
Yeah, but the thing was, she carried herself so well. I
Oh,
didn't know she
too
was
well.
drunk.
Okay, it doesn't look abnormal or drunk, right? Right. So doing the dialogue sessions, I would say it's a plus point to your presentations. Okay. Emotional, driving a bit, half, not the other half. Not the other half is because I would say your facial expressions. Frankly, you've been smiling all the way. Now, this story is something interesting to you. Obviously, you can tell when Derek recall back this story, all right? He felt happy with it, and the story create that kind of funny kind of memory. That is why when he told the story, he kind of like smiled and enjoyed it. Okay. But if you want to influence us as your audience, your listener, all right, you must put yourself in that situations. Because when the girl approached you at that time, you were not happy and you didn't feel funny. It's just curious, but you didn't act curious. You still act funny, So you're not really into the story, but you tell the story. As such, we are listening, but emotionally we can tell you enjoy the story. The memory was really fun. So we can just tell, it must be a very funny experience you have. But we cannot emotionally felt you when you were with the girl at that time. So that is different. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Engaging, time not enough. All right. Relate also not enough. What is the anchor of the story here?
It was just a funny thing.
Okay. Or you're gonna take my training platform to tell your
going to
mom a
Facebook
secret,
first time
the untold secret.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Now I want to tell Derek that the filler words is there. So. In fact, so was also here. I don't know why I accidentally deleted, but the filler word so was also the last presentation. Today also other so. So instead, you come out, the first word is so. The first word itself is so. So then you continue. So avoid that lah. Then your volume is good. Then your words is good. Your language is good. Now you have one plus point, Derek. Human are very natural. We like to see nice thing, beautiful thing. Betul tak?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the same. We like to see beautiful girl. Okay, so if you put me together with Pei Wen, young and beautiful, you will want to see Pei Wen, right? You will want to see Pei Wen, then you want to see Annie. Okay, so it's the same here. We also want to see good looking guy. So that is your advantage. All right, but if you good looking and you're able to act and make yourself attractive, then your mother will be very busy. All right, so next is that smiling again, because you enjoy this story. It was a very funny experience. You smile all the way. So it was a wrong facial expression. Sometimes it doesn't align with your presentations. Okay, so such I want to give you a fail here, but this fail is a borderline. Very soon you will able to change it, improve from there. All right, okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Next. So that's Derek. Please pick the next person, please.
I will pick my brother.
Yay.
Yeah.
Is it upstairs to downstairs or room 1 to room 3?
He's there lah. He's there. He's there.
It's inside the room. I'm downstairs. That's why it's on
Alright.
second floor.
Outside, yeah. Okay, so before
Okay.
we begin, right? Wait, so my topic will touch a little bit on meditation. So if there are any Buddhists or Hindus around, right, please don't take this in a bad way, yeah. So it's just a story, and I'm telling it as it is. It's not my story. So yep. Annie, you want to begin the time? No.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Desmond, your stage now.
Okay. Gordon Ramsay, you guys know him? He is my favorite chef. I have you guys know him, right? You guys know him as a vulgar, use a lot of profanity, very sarcastic guy. If you watch Hell's Kitchen and MasterChef, yeah. So, but recently I've been watching an old series where he traveled to Southeast Asia to learn Southeast Asian cooking, and that's when you see the humble side of him. There was one instance where during the last episode he was based in Thailand, and in Thailand he was about to spend a week there, and he spent this 1 week to learn Thai cuisine, and at the end of the week he has to take on Thailand's best chef on national TV. So he was finding it a bit stressed out, and so he went to Chiang Mai to find a monk. The monk, so he requests the monk to say, can you help me to meditate? I need to achieve peace. I'm going against your top chef. The monk said, sure. So let's try 2 forms of meditation. So the monk was here. Okay, hey Gordon, let's try walking meditation first. So for 10 minutes, let's see how you do. Left foot, right foot, front, back, left, right. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the monk said, hey Gordon, how do you feel? Do you want to know how he felt? How he felt? Damn it, he said, damn it, I just wasted 10 minutes of my life. So the monk said, okay, maybe walking meditation doesn't work for you. Let's try sitting meditation. As monks, sometimes we meditate in a sitting position for 14 hours a day. So let's try just 10 minutes today. So, okay. Gordon, let's try. 10 minutes, yeah? Okay, 10 minutes up. Gordon, how do you feel? Guess how he felt? Okay. Damn it. Now I feel twice as bad because I wasted 20 minutes. So basically, the story ends by he took that episode. He took a taxi ride back, and he said that, okay, I think at this age meditation doesn't work for me, and I think going for a run is better. So I just hope that will prepare me enough to take on Mike Dang, the Thailand's top chef, at the end of the week. Okay. finish.
All right, sweet and short. You are the one that closest to 3 minutes. Congratulations. Okay, so perfect story for the timing given. Okay, so let's go back to gallery view. So give feedback to our Desmond now, please.
His facial expression was really good, and I like how he paused to let that joke. I mean, whatever the humor sink in, and then he tells us. So it was very engaging. So his facial expression was really good. I mean, I like Gordon Ramsay, so I can actually imagine his reaction, how Gordon was going to answer the question. So yeah, it was really nice.
He involved his listeners to his story.
Yeah.
And I can feel that he really enjoyed the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was laughing and he asked for apologies before he can speak. So cute.
Right. Filler words, please. Any filler words?
No. I didn't realize.
Unmute, please. Tracy, unmute.
There are some filler, the word so, but it's not so obvious.
Yeah, I sense from yesterday to today, the filler words reduce a lot.
Right. Awesome. So let me share my Desmond. Okay, Desmond, this is my evaluations. I think the showmanship was there. You actually get approval to some sensitive topics that you find perhaps is sensitive. Yeah. Then you acted accordingly in the story, closing your eyes, how the monk talked to Gordon, that part was good. All right. Slightly serious would be good. For example, when you close your eye, you would just say, close your eyes. So you like dialogue, you put your act as per the monk, give the instructions of how he gave the instructions to Gordon. So that will add a plus point, but overall we already into that sessions. Yeah. So I think closing your eye allowed us to understand, okay, the meditation. That will also help because to certain people who don't buy in on meditations, they will agree with Gordon it's a wasting of time. So when you show the closing eyes to certain people, really closing eyes, sitting without doing much, to certain people is wasting of time. But that part of you showing it will actually engage, relate to us, to many people that, yeah, closing eye, doing nothing, so that relationship makes create a plus point in your story. Emotional, because you're able to relate, I felt you better. Awesome. Okay. Engaging, yes. Relate. All right. So I think you relate well. It's because not only the story that you tell well, but because you have picked Gordon as someone a bit extreme to many people who know him, and one, he is very, very popular. So it's easy to pick up this character. You have chosen the right candidate, right? It's just like you have chosen the right story. So when you pick up this candidate, the first impressions of people towards this guy is rough, a vigorous word, things like that.
Yeah.
But you show the extreme side of him, then it relates. So immediately I can feel that, oh, Gordon, damn, why you pick him? So you have got that right choice in your story, the right character. Okay. So the meditation of closing eyes is good. Then I like your rate. Your speaking, I feel you get the storyline with the speed of your speech very smooth, very comfortable, not too fast, not too slow, so I think the speed was very good. Okay. I think that something you need to do extra is definitely on your facial here. Okay, the serious part not so much. Okay. Another part that when you tell a joke, okay, sometimes a good storyteller, they don't laugh so much when they tell a joke. All right, a good storyteller, sometimes they don't even laugh, and the audience laugh like crazy. They still calm and cool.
Yeah, that one I can agree because I have to learn because I still find it funny when I tell it. So,
Okay, that is possible you are a giggle person. I don't know. All right, so it's not easy for you to stop laughing. So for example, when you say the words, can you guess what Gordon answered? Pause. Then his answer, damn, I'm just wasting my 10 minutes. So you don't have to laugh, audience will laugh. But if you want some trick, you can use a reverse cycle. How do you use a reverse cycle? You just look at the audience and say, I know what you mean. Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. In other words, better laugh. So when people, let's say people say, congratulations, Desmond, the champion in your university chess tournament. Let's welcome Desmond to the stage. All right. So people is clapping. You can just tell people, don't clap, don't clap. All right. So these are the reverse cycle, and it creates the humor part of it. Fun. All right. But what you did was the normal people do. You laugh first. You laugh. And we actually not, I feel like I laugh also partly because you are laughing. But the best way of laughing is I'm into the story laughing. Okay, so learn the trick of telling a joke but not laughing. Then you'll become very pro. Okay, so this is a good pass. Congratulations. Right, so pick the next person, please.
I think only Fui left, is it? I can't remember.
Okay, Fui is the last, is it?
Think so.
Okay, so I'll just pin you here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's put to the speaker view. Okay, 3, 2, 1, chai, Fui. Your stage now.
Yeah, hello everyone. I want to ask the questions. Do you go to playground often? I think, do you go to playground often? Yeah, but for me, I only went to playground when I go for jogging, and another one is with my niece. My niece will go to playground every morning. So since they are 3 years old, they will go to playgrounds every morning, and then they are climbing in the playground. So usually when I accompany them to the playground, I saw something. I saw the monkey bar. Whenever I see the monkey bar, I think of my childhood. Last time when I'm so young, I'm skinny, I will always challenge myself to swing to the monkey bar. And so when I'm getting older and getting heavier, I cannot. When I swing, I always want to challenge myself. I want to swing. The second time, the third time, tak jadi. And then I want to try, but my hand is very painful. But usually, I always want to challenge myself in the playground. And then so that day when I went to the playground, and then my niece tell me, can you hug me? I want to play monkey bar. Oh, I go and hug her. And then she just so determined. And then I'm hugging her. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then one by one, and then she passed. Oh, so nice. That time she's 4 years old. And then when the next year I went there for KL for holiday, I went to the park, to the playground with her. She said, you come and see me. And then I just hug her and hang her on the monkey bar. And then she started her 1, 2, 3. She felt very, very heavy. No, the hand is very sour. You're hanging there with your body weight. I noticed her. She stopped there. And then I'm not sure what she's telling in her mind. She just stopped there and then she breathed 3 times. And then she started, wow. I stand there. Wow, this girl, she's so focused.
she's so determined. And then at the end, she jumped to the platform. And then she turned back and said, yeah. And then she ran away. Oh, I cannot feel, I can feel it, my goosebumps now that she's really inspired me, you know, with her determination and her focus. And at the moment she's successful and then I feel like this girl really inspired me. And I want to be like her, focused and determined.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, so interesting.
Okay, 10 minutes is up.
3 minutes.
3 minutes is up. Okay, feedback to Fui Fui, please.
Well, she has very full of action. The intonation is also up and down, very good, and she can actually tell the story that make people wonder. How can I say? Wonder what's gonna be next. I think overall is very good intonation. The way that she described.
Thank you.
Okay.
She connects her words with action. That is very good. And she walks the talk. So she acts what she's talking, and that makes the whole audience follow her. That is very powerful for her. That's a strength.
Okay. Any filler words?
No, her words are very smooth. There's no filler words.
Right. Sure, no filler words?
Sure.
But it's not so obvious because with her action and this.
Cover.
She covered it up already.
Yes, with her action and her
cover up.
Yes.
She used she used the actions to emphasize the point that she wants to deliver, that focus and determination. It's
Talk about her niece.
Yep.
Sorry.
Her facial expression was also very good this time because I know Fui Fui is a very happy, bubbly person, but she was at one point she was actually serious when the niece was taking a deep breath. So I saw different expression on her face this time.
Yeah.
Very
Only time I
good.
saw her serious.
All
So
right.
maybe the topic is something very interesting. So she connects it so well because it's a life story. So yeah.
All right. I kind of agree that this time Fui Fui has done slightly different yesterday. Yesterday was all the time bubbly, high energy, laughing, jumping around. Okay. But this time, this part of it still there. All right. But she's able to stress on the part when the girls try to pause, tired, you know, and she was actually paused at the right time. And then she showed the breathing. And after that, she jumped over and complete the sessions. I think that part, it was quite a different Fui Fui that I know. Okay, so I like it so much. I think that is an extra effort. Extra effort means that it took the conscious mind to do it. Okay, so congratulations. So showmanship is definitely good because you are a natural Oscar winner. Okay, so you can act very well. Okay, you are very natural good in that. Come to storytelling, there's no issue at all. But today you add on the downside into your tonation, your facial expression, learning to pause and slow down your speech makes the whole story a lot more emotional. Okay, so I like that so much. Obviously, language is not your advantage, okay? But maybe if you're speaking in Mandarin, then you'll get that, okay? So, but no worry, okay? Because this is not your first language. I like the tone because there's a good varieties, okay? So you're able to drive the emotions and pause at the right time, okay? And then you act accordingly, you know, good Oscar winner. So the engagement is very, the showmanship is very high. One thing that a few of you did the mistake was that you start with like, can I tell a story? Can I ask you a question? Is it okay I tell this story? Don't ask permission lah. Give you 3 minutes. 3 minutes, go up there and act. Don't go up there. I want to ask you a question. Don't ask. Don't ask that permission. Just go up there and say that. Have you ever tried monkey bar? Oh. Isn't that a question? Don't ask permission to cry, laugh, asking questions or whatever. Unless it is something sensitive like what Desmond did was great. But for your part, don't say so. Can I add a feedback? Can I, no need. All right, just go up there and say that. How many of you tried monkey bar and complete the whole sessions? Pause. Awesome! I did that 15 years ago. But today, this is how you engage. So don't ask, may I ask a question? Okay, can I ask? No need, just ask. Okay, because it's your stage, you're in charge. All right, so this is definitely a good pass. Congratulations. Right. Okay, so far, storytelling is not tough. Those of you who are able to get people suspend, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. You just did a good job, right? Okay, so far so good. Right, let me just move on from here. Okay, done with this topic first, then subsequently during the lunch, you will do assignment. Is that okay?
Yes, Annie.
All right, okay. So I'm going to talk about relate. How do you relate story to story? Do you see a full screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, relate. How do you relate? Okay, for those who didn't do very well on relate, their presentations to your main objective of presentation, no worry, but we are doing now. Okay, we are learning now. But after these sessions, I would expect your presentations able to relate better. Okay, now relate well is very, very important because people tend to speak out of topic. All right, so some of the tools that aids you can help to relate better to the objective of your presentations. Yeah, for example, put up a video, put a picture, yeah, tell a story. The story can be a real life story, a book from you read, or a hearsay from someone. Okay, or use a statistics, yeah, like I think someone like Tracy used a statistic to bring into the story. Okay, or use a current event, use a testimony, personal experience, use a quotes to relate. All right, so I believe some of you already doing this, but if you have not tried, okay, if you know that you're going to able to use many of these to relate in presentation, actually for your informations in my hand WhatsApp, okay, I use a lot on the star messages. Okay, so when I receive WhatsApp, then I think I will use on some of the training, some of my program, I will use it again. I will start the message, start the video, start the message, I just start it. So it's easier for me to go back and search. All right. So this is something that you can actually store something that you know. But if you don't have those library, just go to Google. Mr. Google will also give you a long list of stories and hearsays and joke and statistics and event and things like that. Right. Now, move on. Okay. That is on relate, right? So to relate, today we're going to learn about debriefing. Okay. Debriefing is that use this aid and debrief and relate to your main point. You understand what I mean? Okay, so use these tools, these aids, and debrief and relate to the objective of your presentation, your key message. Okay, as such, you will never get out of topic, right? Now, there are 3 steps to do the debriefing. First, you must know very, very well what is the key message. What is the key message that why do you use that tools? That means is that if you play a video, what is the key message you want to debrief from the video? What is the key message you want to debrief from the picture, from the story, from the statistic, from the quotes and things like that? All right. Then you choose the right tools or aids. Then you connect the key message and the tools. All right. So I give you an example here. Okay, can see the screen. I'm gonna play the video. If you cannot hear, cannot see, you must let me know. Okay, this is just a video, then I will debrief. This is just a short video, then I will debrief. All right. So this video, it will be my tools, my presentation tools. So I'm just going to show this video, then my debrief is a demo to you. All right.
后天没出门，家有一派。轮胎，照着上面买啊！路上注意安全啊！
哎呦我的妈！
It's so cute.
All right. Question number 1. How many of you raise hand if the answer is yes? All right. Okay. So 2 questions. Number 1. Raise hand if the answer is yes. How many of you believe that you have higher IQ than the dog? All right. Okay. Question number 2. Okay. What's stopping you to learn things that you don't know? Right. So ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing's going to stop us to go into the unknown world and turn it around and make it a known skill, known knowledge, and become your new you. So in the story, you see the dog. Obviously, this can be one in the millions of dogs were able to do that. What actually changed this dog to be something so unique that they're able to do grocery and marketing for the owner? Simply because he got a good owner. He got a good trainer. He got an environment and trained him to be special dog. All right. Now, I don't want you to be a dog because you are definitely higher IQ than a dog. All right. And you do not need to learn how to do marketing. But the important here is if you're able to be like a dog, accept the environment, that what is going to taught to you and allow yourself to change, you will be a much, much more persons and you will get better result than now. So today, I'm going to train you a new skills talking about handling objections with smile. Are you ready? All right. So this is how we get a story and debrief before you go into, basically, I'm going to have a training. Okay. I'm going to teach a training about handling objection with a smile. But I will expect some of you will have objections and says, oh, my client not like that one. My client very sarcastic one. I cannot do that lah. Why must we kowtow, bow down to client? So you will have some objections. You will have some obstacle or blockage in your mind. But before that happen, I play this video and I have this debrief. So if you believe your IQ is better than that, first you can change. Number 2 is just your environment. So if you found a new good owner, give you that training and you accept it, then you'll be better. So since you raise your hand, means you will not reject me later. Okay, so this is debriefing. So debriefing, in fact, is very interesting. And I would say many of us do debriefing. All right. Debriefing is pinjam something and relate it back to your presentation. Right? So it is not tough, however, must relate to something relevant. Must relate to something relevant. Okay, so now my question to all of you. Now, are you ready to learn how to debrief? Okay, after your lunch, you'll be come in and do a debriefing. So this assignment, it works in pair. It works in pair. Okay, that means is that you may want to exchange your phone number and then you work in pair in a WhatsApp or things like that, right? So I'm going to show you a slide. You're going to choose the number. Okay, you choose a number. That number will be the topic of your presentation. All right. Okay, so this is the number of room. That means I'm going to put you into the room. Once you know the room, you will know your roommate. Roommate, okay, but cannot cover the cannot do anything, can only see and feel, right? So I'm going to put you in the room, then you will know who is your roommate, and you're going to do the discussions. Okay, so what I want you to do now is, knowing that you don't know your room yet because it will be assigned in a short while, but once you're in that room, then you will be presenting this topic. Okay, so this is a topic I'm going to give to you. Once I give you this topic, you have to look for the tools, either the story, video, picture, statistic, current event, quotation, up to you. The room member in the room will discuss how. So when come to the presentations, yeah, it can be 2 person present, it can be 1 person present, up to you. Because some debriefing, maybe it's just an acting. So someone acts, someone debrief. Okay, so, but it works in a team. So this is going to be your story. This is your topic. Okay, so you can take a look. Right, so this will be a topic. So room 1, if you are assigned into the room 1, what you're going to do, you're going to work on the topic of no pain, no gain. Find a tools, find an aid, then enable you to relate to no pain, no gain. Then number 2 is no failure but learning. Take action now. You show me your friends and I'll show you your future, right? Number 5, no, it's no big deal. 6, we always have choice. So let's go into the room now. Okay. All right. So this is a random. Enjoy. You have a quick discussions. Okay. So I think it's fair for me to do this. All right. I will put this room, continue in this room. Yeah, you can discuss or you can go for your lunch, up to you. So I will set a time to come back. When you come back, you will start to use your aid and do the debriefing. All right. So that will take all in about maybe 5 minutes of presentations. Should not more than 5 minutes. So don't pick a 20 minutes video. All right. The video that I showed just now was about 2 minutes or less.
Annie, can I have a request? Because we are going out in a while. So can you, because we have 11 here, can you put 3 of me with my 2 sons together so that while having lunch outside we can discuss?
Okay.
Because we are going out. My husband is waiting.
So okay, so all of you will be in the same room, right?
We will be in same. We are having lunch in our club. Yep.
Right. All right. So may I ask, your husband come in to do debrief also? I know, I'm just joking.
3 of us, we will discuss over lunch. Yeah.
All right. So now, once I put you in the room, you can continue to discuss, or else, will you come back? Now it's 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
How long you need? 2 o'clock?
Yeah. I'm going out now. You give us a topic, then we will go off.
The topic was already given just now. So if you're in that room, look at your room number, then you will know you're in that topic.
Oh, okay.
What was the topic, Annie?
Don't join the room yet. What was the topic? I sent in the chat box. Okay, so please join the room. Okay, Fujian, what room are you in? Fujian?
I in room 5.
Okay, are you
But
there
no
with
people,
Tracy?
so I come up. So how I going in back? How I going back?
Okay, never mind. Let me adjust you. Okay, you have to join the room.
Okay, bye.
Miss Annie, sorry, I accidentally pressed exit leave meeting.